Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
The basketball playoffs are here on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on the action. The app is so simple to use. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 bonus credit just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You don't have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-660-1771. That's 800-660-1771. 800-660-1771.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
For many, a warm bed or meal is just the beginning. The Salvation Army provides people facing hardship with a hand up, not a handout. Food, shelter, clothing, rent and utilities assistance, and community resources are just some of the ways we help people get back on their feet. Learn how you can give hope to your neighbors in need. Visit salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or...
This is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Hey guys, Jason McCourty here. As a 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion, people always ask me, what's it like getting ready for the big game? Let me tell you, it's all about preparation, knowing what you're up against, especially when food allergy is part of the game plan. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got old Harris Hicks in the control room there, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we are going to talk all about the draft and stuff from last night in a minute. First, we have some other things we got to not too much we got to talk about. But then, of course, the second round of the draft starts at 4. And no, we're not going to do the whole shebang and all the pomp and or circumstance. Well, we'll just let you know who got drafted as it comes in. There's no real urgency. It's the second round. The only time, we were talking off air. There's one time I do want you to interrupt.
Yes.
And pot it up.
Okay.
Scattaboo-boo. If he goes in this round, that is a big deal.
Yeah.
You interrupt anything and everything.
I'll interrupt anything and everything, Jeffrey. That's never been a problem for me.
And maybe a signal would be to take off that old man hat and wave it around, whatever the hell that is on your head.
This is a beautiful hat. This is a beautiful hat.
It's all squished.
Shout out Corliss Williamson from Arkansas. Yep, beautiful hat.
Well, why is it squished? Well, he can't hear you. There's
What do
no
you mean it's
electricity
squished?
there.
Well, I have so much hair that this hat has like trouble fitting on my head because there's just so many curls.
Here,
Maybe it's
move your
maybe it's
head.
the hat. Maybe it's
Move-
the hat.
I gotta keep the curls.
No, move your head over a little bit. Show everybody this attempt at facial hair. So his girlfriend says,
Oh,
"Hey,
no,
Harris,
here we go.
I
Everyone
want
grab
you to
your
grow a
popcorn.
beard." No, come over there. Show it again. Show it again. Yeah.
You got a couple of landing strips there.
Yeah, there's a lot of open real estate. That is the patchiest beard I think I've seen in a while. You know that it's
here
just
we
gonna,
go.
it's
Here we
going to
go.
end up with her asking you to shave soon.
If you want to see how it's supposed to, this is 2 weeks right here. So
Well, guys, it's a process. You know,
Well-
this take. Oh, Randy, you know.
Yeah. Well, I
Gosh,
won
not
the beard
everyone-
contest, Randy. If I
yeah,
decide to
well,
grow
well,
it.
Randy-
if Jeffrey does it, I mean,
Not
so-
everyone can look like a Calvin Klein model like yourself. Randy.
Hey, I mean, yeah, an overweight Calvin Klein guy. Okay, all right, I got you.
We both look like several Calvin Klein models.
Darn right, we do. Especially
I
with the
look
squished
like-
hat that I'm wearing.
I look like twins.
Yeah.
So Harris, as she mentioned, because the parts where there's no hair,
Yes.
there's not going to be. It's
Well,
not
hey-
happening anytime
Well,
soon.
Jeffrey, hair doesn't grow on a playground, Jeffco.
But
So a playground is just in various places on his face.
No, I mean,
There's
she's
no
been-
play
there
on
is a
that
bunch.
ground.
There is a bunch of open real estate. I'm just simply obeying orders.
You know what you
That's
got to do is get with them. I seen this thing where the men they're taking these
Yeah.
little weird pins and they go and they fill in like little lines on their so their beard looks straight. You're gonna need like the big ass magic marker version of that.
Oh,
and
So here's what I can do.
big ass-
Actually, I can buy a Sharpie, and I'm just gonna go to a mirror and I'm just gonna
Mm.
draw a big black goatee. How about that? And a beard.
No, I don't think that's even.
I thought
worse.
that's what you were saying. though.
No, you
Oh,
might as
it's
well,
not
you
what
might
you're
as well
saying.
just draw in some eyebrows while you're at it and jump in an Impala.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think he's got nice eyebrows. I mean, his eyebrows are filled in. They're nice.
Very
I'm not
yeah. thank you,
criticizing
Randy.
his
See, that's the
eyebrows.
encouragement that I needed to hear.
But I'm just saying, tilt over. Let me see that face again. Let me see the
jaw.
show me the hairless parts. There, it's more
Yeah, see.
hairless than hairy. That's the
It's-
problem.
Now you could roast some nice chops. Now,
Yeah, but
No,
they're
what do you
all
mean-
over
what do you
the
mean
place.
chops?
There's even gaps inside the chop
you
part.
could he grows some of those nice chops, that we had back in the
Oh, yeah.
70s.
Randy, how
Ooh,
old were
some of
you?
those like Kareem looking sideburns. Heck
Oh yeah, there
Randy,
we go.
how old were
Yeah,
you when you could
yeah.
grow a beard?
Oh geez, I was in my 30s.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't even try until probably
So you're
about
saying
in
it's
my
gonna
30s.
get? So you're saying it's gonna get better for me?
No,
Oh
probably
yeah.
not.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it will. Jeffco. he has
Better
other-
as in nobody
other
will ever ask you to grow a beard again. You know,
I don't think that's true.
I
Actually,
don't think it's going to be required.
No, well, there's a lot of like things you can get. I'm told, like beard oil. I think you can get, and like all.
Oh
this
yeah, I
other
have
stuff.
some. I have
You
some.
ever,
I
you
have
ever tried to
never-
put oil in a car that's not there?
This is the first time I found out about it, though.
It's
I
not gonna-
just want.
You're just
I
gonna have
want.
big old oily bald spots. That's all you're
I
gonna.
want to.
People are gonna break
I want-
out in zits for the.
I want. I
Out in-
want to. I
Oh,
want to
no.
know why.
I said beard.
Why you didn't ask the obvious question here to your
What's the
girl when
obvious
she
question?
wanted you to grow a beard? I don't know why you didn't ask the obvious question, which
what-
was, why do you want to cover this all up?
Yeah, why do you want me to
Oh.
look like Randy?
Oh, well, I mean, I'd want to look like Randy. you kidding me? Hey, look at him. He looks magnificent.
You know,
Look
the
at all
problem is,
two of 'em.
Harris, here's the problem. You ever seen them little Play-Doh things where you hit the thing and the hair comes out? Your Play-Doh's clogged.
What do you mean my Play-Doh's clogged?
Well, because
in
the hair ain't
two
coming out.
areas, those two areas
Yeah.
right here.
So
Right
like,
here,
you,
those two
like you
areas.
left a little Play-Doh barber toy out overnight, and some hard Play-Doh got stuck there, and so now it's just not coming out.
Oh, is that so? I thought you were talking about Plato.
I
as in,
don't-
like
I
the
don't-
philosopher, like my inner Plato, because I'm so philosophical. That's what I thought. You
Well,
were
that
talking
is
about.
true. You're very,
Very
philosophical.
philosophical.
Very philosophical.
Philosophical. Highly, highly intelligent. Yes.
Yeah, you
Highly
just
serious.
need to tell your girlfriend, let's try this again in like 10 years.
No. Because
I don't know why you didn't ask her. Why do you want to cover this up? I mean, I don't know what
Jeffrey?
ulterior motives
It
she might
doesn't
have.
look good. It doesn't look good for Harris, and here's why.
I mean-
And his dad is on the text line, says, I tried to grow a beard. It came out spotty and obnoxious. I almost got deported. Your son is just about on his way to Gitmo right now. With what's
That's
going
so
on.
funny.
It's just not in
my
the genetics, my
Oh,
friend.
man. I need to meet your dad.
He's the man.
He wants to
He's the
come
man.
and
He'd love
golf
to meet
with
you
us.
guys. Oh, he would love that. You
Well,
guys
he wants to
should
take all
totally
our
take
money
him
on a
up.
golf course. I'm like, there's no
Well,
way
I
I'm betting.
I don't bet in golf at the
He
same
would
time.
yeah, I don't bet at golf either. I could be at the point. I just need a couple lessons.
Uh-huh.
You guys should see it. See, I'm
Uh-huh.
inconsistent.
You
Sometimes I
see
can,
how he's playing the game here, Jeffco.
Hmm.
He's trying to draw us in to think that he can't play golf, when actually he's probably a scratch golfer himself.
Oh, I don't know about a scratch golfer.
I ain't
See,
betting nobody.
See,
in
I
golf.
just busted him right there. See that?
No, I'm not a scratch golfer.
I got some
Trust me.
natural hit the ball long talent, but that's about it.
So, see, Randy was saying that you've got some talent, Jeffrey. He
Well,
was
I don't
saying
know.
that.
I mean, I did golf one time at the TPC in Scottsdale. It was during July. I think it was like
blazing hot, man.
1995,
Yeah. Holy crap.
1996, something like that. And I was playing with some guys, and I hit the pin twice. And
yeah.
I didn't realize that was amazing. And the guys were laughing because they were laughing because it was absurd. I thought they were laughing at me because I was like doing bad.
Oh,
I
that's
almost
absurd.
got into a hockey fight with one of them.
Oh,
Because I started going after him. I'm like, hey, I'm new at this. Don't laugh at me. I'm doing the best I can. And you're like, no,
Yeah.
no. It's a good thing. I'm like, you're about to get your ass
we
whooped
should
here.
we should legalize hockey fighting in golf. We should make it
See,
happen.
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
How to
Yeah,
make the PGA more interesting. Hockey fights.
I'm
Hockey
all
fights.
for it. But no, it was I did about 100. 100
100
that
hockey
day.
fights in golf.
No, 100 was what I scored the one time I
he
golfed.
shot 100.
Oh, he shot
Shot
100. Jeffrey, that's really good for your first time.
Well,
That's
I
awesome.
was so mad the rest of the time. I think I was super focused to do well because these guys were laughing at me.
Oh,
So-
dude, golf is the most maddening. Like there was one time, I think it was my freshman year or sophomore year of college, when we were all playing and I just couldn't get it. Like I sliced it and got really pissed off. I pulled a Bo Jackson and I grabbed the club and I snapped it with my knee.
Well, you can't use that club anymore.
Yeah, that was
No.
dumb.
I can't. It was really
And you
stupid.
probably had a
It was-
giant bruise on your
It was
knee
super
after.
stupid. No, my knees are super strong. It didn't do anything.
Can't grow a beard, but damn, these knees. These knees are
Right,
super
I make
strong.
up,
right here,
I make
man.
up for it with my knees. I'll say that.
Your dad says, if y'all do a live broadcast from the Waste Management Open, I'll sponsor. I don't know if he realizes how much it costs to sponsor something we do.
Yeah, I don't know if I realize it.
Yeah, it ain't cheap there, Don. It ain't cheap. Hefty Lefty says, golf is the game you love to hate. Or as Mark Twain said, a good walk ruined.
By a little white ball.
Yep.
Number one Rattler fan says, all right, so how many wings and slices of pizza did Harris win? By the way, good job to you and Ralph yesterday. Very entertaining. Well, we sorted it out, and it's 7. He had 7 correct picks, either
Yes.
by directly the team exactly at the moment, or by position, or by whatever. But 7, so that means, what do you think? 3 slices of pizza and 4 wings?
That
You wanna
sounds
go
about right,
2
yeah.
slices of pizza and 5 wings.
I was thinking 3-4.
Doing 3, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it makes
3,
more
4.
sense. You get good and full. You have
Yeah.
a nice little
Yeah.
couple of wings, and there you go.
Right.
There it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. They were honestly, I got off to a hot start, but then towards the end, man.
Well, I mean, that's the
tailed
draft.
off. Yeah.
If you do anything better than the first 3, maybe 4, you're doing pretty good.
It all started, honestly, my breaking point was when Kelvin Banks did not get pick 6. That was what messed me
Is
up.
that when everything fell
'Cause
to
then
pieces?
everything just fell to pieces. Yeah,
That's
every
about the time I
domino.
got an erection. So I figured maybe that had something to, like I just knew deep inside, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Wilbur says, and that's why they call it golf. All the other 4-letter words were taken. Okay,
Yeah,
can we not do all the puns and standard golf
Yeah.
jokes?
Ba-dum.
Hey, I went golfing the other day. The best 2 balls I hit that day was when I stepped on that rake. Ho! Average Joe says, look at the size of Harris's head. I'm not kidding. That boy's head is like Sputnik, spherical, but quite pointy in parts. That's a huge noggin. That's a virtual planetoid.
Well-
Has its own weather system.
Well, here's what I'll say. I mean,
So we've gone from golf to Harris's head.
the reason
Okay.
why my
You guys
head,
don't recognize those words?
the reason why I'm so smart
No, stop,
is because
Harris.
my head is so big.
You don't recognize the words?
What?
I do. It's from one of those.
Come on.
One of those movies.
Yeah, it's from a movie.
Get in my belly.
It's the guy, but not the movie.
Right. I understand.
So I married an axe murderer.
Axe murderer. There it is.
I've never seen it. As I was saying, the reason why my head is so big is because I can fit so much knowledge in here. That's why I'm so smart.
It has
My head
probably
is
stretched
massive.
out.
There's
so
such
much
an
knowledge
echo
to
in there
get.
right now. Just
all the hard,
No.
all the hard surfaces.
No
in there.
echo.
What? Walter Mellon says, "Oh my God, does that poor kid have mange?" Sorry, Harris, it's the Fourth Dimension. You know how it goes.
Nah, this is fair.
Have you ever had mange?
No, I don't know what mange is.
Well, then how do you know you've never had it?
What is mange? I don't know what that is.
Google
When
it.
your hair falls out.
Google mange. It's not when your hair falls out.
in
It's
chunks.
something. No. Let him look it up.
Mange?
Let him look it up. Mange.
Mange.
Okay.
Maybe Brad says, just tuned in. Did Triple H fall on the ground and forget to clean his face? No, it's a beard attempt.
Yeah.
It's an attempted beard. Big George says, happy Freaky Friday. He says the Diamondbacks blew another game yesterday late. Bullpen continues to struggle, and Lovello made some questionable moves, leaving Ryan Nelson in there for the ninth. No Justin Martinez. Yeah. What happened, Randy? All of a sudden, we've hit a dip, which is fine. But you know, it's not great to have happen against the Rays.
Well, I will say this: the bats fell flat once again. Corbin Carroll, he was 1 for 5. He scored a run. He had one hit, one RBI, but the rest of the lineup, it was pretty bad. I mean, if you go down the lineup, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits total in the lineup of a team that's supposed to have a very strong offensive scheme. I mean, these guys are supposed to hit the ball, but Lourdes Gurriel is 0 for the game. Josh Naylor had a hit, didn't score a run. He did drive in 1 RBI. That's part of the problem with the Diamondbacks. They can't seem to hit. And Corbin Burns went out there, had a very good game, gave up one earned run in 5 1/3 innings. Shelby Miller came in. He held the place down. You had Ryan Nelson come in, who gave up an earned run. That's 2. Gave up an earned run. Had 5 strikeouts. He looked real good. But then you had J.P. Frierson come in, or Fireson, or Siren, or something, and that's where the wheels kind of fell off late for the Diamondbacks. 1 inning, he gave up 2 earned runs. Final score 7-4. Diamondbacks lose. So we move on now. We've got to take on an Atlanta team that's getting hot, and we'll see what happens as we pursue on.
I know it's
3
early
from Atlanta.
season. I know it's early season.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: we got to be looking out for potential troubles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, do you see potential future troubles, or are we just going through a bad moment?
Yeah, look, 25 games into the season, I'm not worried. It's 162 games.
Well, I get you, but I mean, are we? You know what I'm saying? It's probably wise to be looking for future problems and themes. I worried a little bit about how the Cubs sort of, knew how to get to the Diamondbacks. I mean, and so it's just, do we need to worry about any of this? Is this something we should be looking out for, or just shut up and wait until after the All-Star break?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think the Diamondbacks know what they have. Some games they're scoring a lot of runs and their pitching is great. Some days they're not scoring runs and their pitching is decent. But they can't hold the team down. So I think it's still they're getting underway, kind of firing the engine up to see if, everything's working. You know how it is when you start an engine after a long time, you've got to wait. Let's see if there's any leaks or if the seals are going to hold up. And in this case, I think the Diamondbacks are just kind of getting underway. The Braves are in town for 3 games. Then we go to New York to take on the Mets, then the Phillies, and then the Mets come here to Phoenix before we take on a 4-game series with the Dodgers. It's going to be kind of imperative to see how the Diamondbacks respond against this Braves team, which are, like I said, are starting to warm up, starting to get well, and how the Diamondbacks fare against them. And then take on a very good Mets team, by the way. The Diamondbacks are going to be in New York taking on a very good Mets team. They are rolling. I've been watching this Met squad, and they're exciting to watch.
Yes.
So we'll see if the young Diamondbacks can handle this.
Well, tonight we got Zach Gallen on the mound versus Chris Sale. So, and it is going to be here at home.
Yeah.
So go Diamondbacks, and let's just see
Yeah.
what happens next.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
Navy Brad says, "Well, now I see it. Triple H bought some chia hair. Just add water. Yeah, if that's like chia stuff on Harris's face, it's like, you take that little popsicle spatula and you spread the chia seeds.
Yeah.
Harris was kind of sloppy. He just kind of did it in a rush, I think. Silver Pop says, Harris, you did a good job yesterday with the draft thing. I mean, I was forced to listen to Phil and Ralph, so I guess you could say it was the lesser of three evils. He says, no, just messing. You did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I love the NFL draft. So anytime talk about that, I love it.
Fish Tank says, what a weekend coming, boys. As you know, I'm a Braves fan, so I'm going to the game tonight.
Yeah.
You guys are all coming to see my band Light Sleeper at 8 p.m. at the Yucca Tap Room Saturday night.
Yeah.
He says, then I'm going to go to Braves Diamondbacks on Sunday. A most epic weekend.
Wow.
Are you still coming, guys? Are you guys still coming out to see the show?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, it's still on. Green light for us.
I think Harris is old enough.
I unfortunately cannot.
You said you were coming before.
I know. I have to come up to see the old lady friend in California.
Why is she in California, not here?
Currently her lease is up coming, but
now I don't believe he has a girlfriend.
She's thinking of moving here. So
I think it's the whole, you're like, oh, I've got a girlfriend. She's really pretty.
God.
You don't know her. She's a model and she lives in Canada. That's what you sound like. I'm just saying.
Is that what I sound like?
So
Okay.
Randy, you're coming to the show, right?
It's still a green light for me. Unless something happens, I will let you know.
Ralph said he was going, but you never
Oh,
know.
well, then
His
I'm
wife
kinda
may
glad
have something to say.
I'm
with
kind of
about
glad
it.
I'm not going then.
Let's
If
see
Ralph's
here.
going.
When I'm
If
talking, you
Ralph's
don't
going-
need to be talking. I'm trying to talk here.
Wow.
Why are you talking over me talking?
My mistake, Jeffrey.
Don't talk when I'm talking. Unless there's something really important happening. Is something really important happening?
Nothing really important is happening at this moment, no.
Hefty Lefty says, I immediately redline that thing and sprint that marathon.
What the hell?
What is he talking about?
Okay, you've lost me now.
Yeah, we lost him.
I don't think that was for us.
I have no idea.
Your dad says, gents, Harris is a groomsman at a wedding pretty soon.
Yes.
Go fund maybe his haircut, please. I'll cut your hair.
Really?
I can't believe you're not. Your first word should have been no.
Hey, a free buck. I mean, I don't.
I am famous in the family. I cut my son's hair when he was like 5 or 6, and I was never allowed to touch scissors again. I was like, here, I
Really?
can do it. And I was like, oh.
Did you give him like the old bowl cut?
It ended up being a buzz cut by the time it was done.
Oh, I see. I didn't
Turns
know if it was
out-
the old like Kim Jong-un style bowl cut.
I am not good at hair cutting. That's just not my
Oh.
thing. But he found out the hard way.
Well, you make an
Uh-huh.
intriguing offer, but I'm going to have to decline.
Average Joe says, is Ralph coming on today? I want to know which wide receiver the Rams drafted last night, as he predicted. Well, we can just look it up, Average Joe. Big George says, Harris, I said the same thing, and look at me now. I ended up moving to San Diego to be with my wife. Sounds like Harris is going to be moving to Cali soon.
No, because she might be moving here. So that's but we're still working out the details there.
Where in California?
San Diego.
Oh, geez, that's like an 8-hour drive.
It's a 5-hour drive.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I keep
Yeah,
forgetting
yeah.
they raised the speed limit.
It's like a straight. It's like a real straight shot. Like
you
it's
go
a
back
very
through
easy
Palm
drive.
Springs, or do you go a different? Like 7 to 10?
No, you go really south. Like you go near Yuma. So
I don't like to ever go near Yuma.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
You like cross border patrol, and then they're like, "Hey, you a citizen?" And I'm like, "Yep." And then you're good.
You're like, look at me. Silver Pop says, I think Harris is not going to the show because his facial pubes will have security bounce him the first sight. He's got
Wow.
ID. He's got.
I do have ID. Yes.
Hefty Lefty says, I was referring to starting the engine that you were talking about.
Yes.
What engine was I talking about?
I have
I was
no
I
idea.
was talking about an engine, getting an engine going. After a long time. You let it idle. You like to see what's leaking, what's not leaking, and how everything's running.
Yeah, after it's been sitting a while. But these days, you know that most cars do not have to warm up. Even if you're in cold climate, you just start it up, start driving. It's better for the car. These modern cars, it's better for the modern cars to do that. The older cars, yeah, you probably want to give it a minute.
I can't afford a modern car. I just can't.
You should let yours. Maybe spray a little something in the carburetor.
Oh yeah.
Walter Mellon says, Harris, have you actually met this girl, or are you just sending her money to break her lease?
That's a good point.
Oh man, we've known each other for 2 years. She actually went to GCU. That's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She went to GCU, and I had two of my close friends got married, and I was the best man, and she was the maid of honor. Yep.
Oh,
so you have met her in person?
Yes, I have met her in person. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being concerned. Fourth dimension, but yes.
Fish Tank says, wait, now Harris is having his dad call in sick for him to my show. No, he's not a groomsman this weekend.
No, it's up ahead.
Bruno Baller says, how many picks did Harris match on his mock draft? Well, we told you earlier, seven, which is actually not bad. And he's decided for 3 slices of pizza and 4 chicken wings. They're going to be bone in. I am not paying for boneless.
That. You wouldn't also buy 4 boneless wings. Like you get 4 wings at that point because boneless wings. Yeah.
I'm never going to buy anything with no bone in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moist One says, I'm right there with Harris, still waiting for my Russian bride's visa to get approved.
My
girlfriend's name is Helga. All right, listen, let's take a break. We come back. I just have a couple of quick things to talk about. Then we can jump into what happened yesterday with the draft. Now we've all had time to digest it, kind of think about what's going on. And then we'll look forward to seeing what's happening in the next couple of rounds of the draft. I'm sure Harris has many thoughts on that since he's probably the only one of us who really knows who these people are anymore.
Many thoughts, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. As most of you might know, I'm a big fan of loyalty and longevity. I love companies based right here in Arizona that have been around doing some great things for a long, long time. And oh boy, has the Lund Mortgage Team done just that. In the mortgage game, they're one of the best. In fact, I think they are the best. And I've been telling people about the Lund Mortgage Team for decades now, and I'll continue to do that as long as they continue to take care of all our listeners, and they do that every single day. So you could be next. Call today, 623-875-9940. Look, the Lund Mortgage Team, they're mortgage brokers. That gives them the unique opportunity to shop your rate around. They've also been in business so long, they realize fees are not the most important thing. They keep those nice and low. Call today, 623-875-9940, whether it's a HELOC, whether it's a new home loan, refinance, you name it, they've got you covered. LundMortgage.com or call 623-875-9940.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains April 25th through the 28th with prices starting at $29.39. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's money time for the NFL. Free agent money.
The money is obscene.
The free agent period is about to start, and some big names are looking to make a deal. Who will rake it in? Who will get turned away?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Which teams are buying and which teams are sitting on the sideline? We're all over the free agency scene. We're 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your home for the NFL.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Did anybody get up early to see the smiley face configuration of the crescent moon and a couple of the stars or planets or something?
What?
No.
Yeah, it was supposed to make a smiley face because there was like a crescent on the moon, and then I saw a thing, and then I saw somebody saying, it ain't going to look like that. And so I'm like, well, I wasn't going to get up early anyways. Right. I'm not getting up at sunrise just to see kind of a smiley face.
No, I did not.
I don't know if it actually looked
Jeffrey,
like it.
what time do you usually get up? Are you a night guy or a morning guy?
I get up at about quarter to none of your business. That's what time.
I'm just trying to start conversation.
Do you think we don't have plenty of conversation figured out here? This isn't a podcast.
I was just trying to get to know you more, Jeffrey.
You
But
don't
you know
need
what?
to
Message
know-
received.
Listen, you will learn to know me by osmosis. Trust me. You're going to get to know me. But to answer your question, I'm actually I can't sleep once it's light out. So generally, if I wake up, I could sleep in, but the moment I wake up, I can't go back to sleep. So usually, I'm up about 6:30.
Triple H, I'm up around 6:30 myself.
Got it. Okay. Usually 8:30 to 9 is when I'm up at those.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Am I supposed to write this down? Or
Yeah, be sure to write that down.
so there is one thing you should know since you brought it up, and Randy knows this and has violated this on many occasions.
But only because it was an extreme emergency.
No, there's so many
emergency.
So many times you violated it, and there is no
Extreme-
emergency whatsoever.
Extreme emergency.
So I go by the old school rules. I
Okay.
don't call anybody until after 9 a.m. and I don't call anybody after 9 p.m. 9 to 9 is the acceptable range where you can pick a phone and call somebody. I don't want to call too early and wake somebody up, and I don't want to call too late because they might be in the middle of something or trying to get to sleep. So for me, it's 9 to 9. And I told Randy this in 1993, and he has obeyed it 0 times.
I have obeyed it many times.
Yeah. Y'all's generation is so much different from mine. Well, like the late night calls, we have that.
Well, I thought
That's
your
a Gen Z
generation's like,
thing.
don't call. What are you doing, you psycho? Text me.
Our generation?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No way.
Was
I'm
that
not like
millennials?
That. I'd rather be called than texted.
Okay, now this is all upside down.
Yeah.
Millennials, I think, maybe. But Gen Z, I mean, me and my friends will have a bunch of late night calls. That's the thing.
You know, I don't want to talk to anybody younger than say 40 anymore.
I guess you have no choice. No choice here.
Oh, I have all the choice in the
You
world.
do actually
Go
have
ahead,
a lot
see
of
what
choice.
happens
I
when you
should
try
not
to
have
call
said
me. See what happens.
Yeah.
Anywho, we got Firefarter saying he's got a bone to pick with Ralph. He wasn't
Oh,
reading
boy.
any of my texts yesterday into the show.
Oh.
Don't ever leave us again, Jeffrey. It's a scary world out there.
Yeah, it really
Why
is.
wasn't he reading
Jeffrey's here to
text?
protect you.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he reading text?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Was he having issues?
No.
I'll tell you what, next time then, if Randy and I walk off, we'll just leave Harris with the keys.
Feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harris will have no sense and probably read everything, even stuff he shouldn't.
You know what, Jeffrey? You might
Don't
actually
read
be-
this on the air.
You might actually be right. I actually would have loved to sit down with you and say, this is what you can say. Here's an example of what you can't say. Yeah, because you never know with the fourth dimension.
I'm not going to go. No, what makes you think, A, I'll sit down with you? B, what makes you think I want to go through all the texts and say that one, that? I don't have time for that.
It's okay here.
You got to have
I
common
just want to get
sense.
to know him better, Randy. That's
Do
all.
you
Yeah, I
have
know.
any common sense?
I think
I feel
have
like
some,
you got the kind of dad who did teach you some common sense.
He taught me a lot.
Hasn't
of
come
common
up in a
sense.
conversational sense yet, but I'm
Is that
pretty
so?
sure outside of that, He's taught you some common sense.
He doesn't sit down with me, Harris. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think my dad did a phenomenal job. He did.
Well, you're saying that because he's listening and he's probably still shoveling you money.
He is not shoveling me money. I can tell you that.
I'm sure he enjoyed that joke. The whole shoveling money thing makes sense to only a parent. It's like, yeah, my back is hurting from all. Yeah, there we go. It's common sense, and it's like, when in doubt, don't. If you're ever reading the text line and you look over and you're like, should I read that out loud? No, then by then it's already no, probably not. Especially being an amateur. You're a novice.
Got it.
I've had years of this and being able to pick through, and I'll edit somebody's text as I'm reading it.
Okay.
Because I'm be like, well, that's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, Moist One says, doesn't osmosis involve liquids? No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. That could have been a very different text. And had you read this, could have been a problem. Could have been a problem.
So you're the fourth dimension translator, basically.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's basically like a stream of consciousness that I've been able to channel through.
Yeah. It's like a separate, it's just like a sixth sense that you just naturally have that no one else has.
I'm not saying that Randy does a fine job reading the text line.
Yeah.
And someday when we trust you, all right, maybe never, but yeah, someday you'll get to try.
I would love
some
to read.
show will give him a chance to let
him
him
read
the
the
text line.
I would love that.
I think you should.
Probably going to annoy me a lot.
I would like to know the fourth dimension more. See it. Yeah, I would.
Oh, he wants to sit down with the fourth dimension. I want to get to know you. They're like, yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. Average Joe says, Harris, just don't ever read text from Moist One or Donnie. Yeah, a lot of that's true.
That is true. I picked up on that for sure.
George says, Harris, Jeffrey speaks words of wisdom. Proofread everything. Triple check Moist One. Don't before you even read them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, you have to take into account Ralph is running the Truth Social equivalent. If you hate the Lakers, Rams, Seahawks, he'll treat you like the Associated Press and then consider all those texts fake news. Oh yeah, he is in a giant pile of denial when it comes to a lot.
I could sense that immediately.
I don't care if you want to disagree with me on stuff. I'll let you talk. I don't even care about that. I'm not sensitive about my teams.
It is nice to know that he at least exists.
Cardinal Art says, of course you like to be called late at night, Triple H. Long distance relationship goals.
Oh, this is very, very, very true. Yes.
Firefarter, thank you. Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey definitely knows how to read degenerate texter texts. It's true.
Yep.
But it takes a little practice. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll give you the login and let you go through and read stuff.
Yep. I'm willing to put in the work.
Yeah. It's like watching tape, I guess.
Like
speaking of tape, we were busy with the draft yesterday. We didn't get to talk about LeBron James's Zapruder film, where he's sitting there going, and he's got his hands over his eyes. He's like, oh, I've just been maimed. And he goes, anybody looking? And he like looks around and he covers up and goes, some more. Have you guys seen that?
Way.
No, I
haven't gotten a chance to see that because I've been so consumed with the draft.
Game 2 with the Timberwolves. He just somebody I don't know, it was Julius Randle scores this basket. He just made like a little tap on James. It wasn't no big deal. And then he's like,
that
and it's not just he goes like this. He goes and he looks around. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's like, come on, LeBron. You used to really commit to this. Now you're getting lazy out there.
He is getting lazy, man. Yeah, he's getting lazy. You got to commit to the bit. You got to go all into it, right?
Well, at least they won the game, but still, he should be fine for this. Seriously,
I honestly agree with you.
They're going 100%. After floppers, and they're calling. I think they're calling fouls on it, right? So they should be able to fine him for blatant flopping.
I think flopping should be an ejection. That's my take. I think it should be. It's hurting the game. It's hurting viewership. It's putting refs in bad spots. I think it should be an ejection.
Well, then you've got to be reasonable. So here's what you do. Yeah, you get a technical.
Yeah.
And a second time you get an ejection. And
I think that's good. Yeah. Just look at us, Jeffrey.
Do that.
We just
seems
fix
like
it.
That is more reasonable than anything.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
I don't know if this is reasonable, but this is your state, Harris, Memphis, Tennessee. Well, it's not a state, it's a city, but it's in Tennessee.
Yes, it is.
Ja Morant is out of the hot water with that case where he punched this kid during a pickup game.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
He was at his parents' house. They were playing his pickup game in 2022. So he punched the guy in the face, and I think they said he went off and got a gun or something after that. But the judge cited on him and said, "Well, it's stand your ground law, stand your ground law." So he had every right to defend yourself. And so she was just like, "All right, guys, get out of here. And next time you're in the court, I hope it's on a basketball court." So shocking that in Tennessee, the stand your ground law usually that's for honkies. But in this case, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like what they were really getting around to is that the kid didn't seem credible. A lot of the stuff he was saying, didn't really match up with reality, meaning that there was a lot of people saying one thing, a lot of people saying the other. He had less credibility, and so then that was the end of that.
Well, I was actually that kid, so I don't know what they're talking about.
You were the kid?
I'm just kidding.
I'd punch you too if I had to play basketball.
You'd punch me too.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm a pretty savvy basketball player. I'll tell you that.
Well, I think you're also smart enough not to piss off Ja Morant.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I would not. Yeah.
This, according to what they said, is that he came at him whenever Ja Morant with his fists balled up, bumped him in the chest after a foul or something, got into a fist fighting stance, and so then Ja Morant just shut up.
The story just seems weird. It just seems really off-putting. It doesn't seem too realistic.
I would imagine they're both wrong.
Yeah. I think that's a good call.
And the judge probably kind of saw it that way too. But anyway, so that's all over for him.
Good for him. Good for Ja, I guess.
Silver Pop says flopping and ejection. If that was the case, Spurs wouldn't have their dynasty. Well, no, I mean, yeah, I get you. But, you got to start trying to stop it when it gets as bad as it's been.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's a real issue in the NBA, and it's not an issue in college. And at the biggest moment, the college game beats the pro game in viewership. It's the only sport where the college national championship beats the NBA finals. The only sport. And
well,
so,
it's not the only sport. Fish Tank says hockey has a penalty for embellishment. They should do exactly that for flopping.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Fish Tank.
Yeah. Technical and ejection. I think Jeffrey nailed it.
All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to take a break. And when we come back now for the rest of the show, we're just talking football. That's
Okay.
it. Just football, Randy.
Just
All
football.
right.
Got it.
I mean, don't come at me with something if it ain't football.
Right.
Unless it's really important and something.
I won't do anything. I will just put everything on hold, and I will only come at you with football.
Yep.
Randy, I got a feeling you didn't have anything to begin with.
Football is all you're going to get from me, Jack. Football.
Oh, my God.
What?
Just football.
No. Hold on. I just saw this headline. Derek Harmon's
if it's
mom.
not football, it's not here.
It's football,
On the-
Randy.
Oh,
Dude's
all right.
mom
This is
died.
football. This is
Go ahead.
Derek
What?
Harmon's mom died right after he got drafted.
Oh my gosh. He just got drafted last night. He was a first rounder.
Yeah, I don't know what
Oregon.
happened. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Wow.
I know. She had a stroke in 22 that paralyzed her on her left side. She was on life support in the hospital. And yeah. Wow. What weird timing. What weird timing. I don't know if she was even aware of him being drafted, but
that is the ultimate up and down for a day.
But like he says, my mom at the hospital on life support, so she worked very hard to get me to this moment, and then just later he found out she passed away.
Oh man, that's sad.
That is crazy. See, so that's not football, but hell, that's a hell of a thing.
That's
all right, taking a break, coming back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start May 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Looking to take your career to the next level? Arizona's largest law enforcement agency is hiring detention officers right now. Play a critical role in protecting public safety with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and gain experience that could lead to careers in leadership or as a recruit training officer. Discover competitive compensation and unlimited potential at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law, serve the people. Apply today by visiting jobs.mcso.org. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I was thinking about letting the music go longer and longer because during the break, Triple H says, "Hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom during the break." So I thought if I just waited for a long time, just torture him. Nah, go ahead. Go do what you got to do.
All righty.
Go do your doo-doo.
All right.
888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender. Did I say that? Silver Pop says, did Jeffrey just tell Randy to come at me, bro?
No.
I don't think I did. No.
No.
Not even. Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey, that rule isn't hardly enforced in hockey. It's almost like traveling. They rarely call that anymore these days, especially for LeBron.
Well, I mean, I've seen that rule in hockey be called. I've seen a guy go down when he's trying to draw a penalty on the other team and get an advantage. I saw a guy try to go into the zone and a stick kind of went by his skate and he went down and tried to claim tripping. And they put him in the penalty box for embellishment.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted when I just found out Peter Cetera is 80 years old today.
Oh, boy. What
the hell's that all about?
Well, he gets old.
Why is everybody getting so old?
Well, because that's part of the path of life, Jeffco. We all.
I don't approve this.
We all get old. I mean, you're getting older. I'm getting older.
I guess
we're all getting older.
I mean, it's really disturbing.
Eventually, we'll be nothing but dust. left. That'll be it.
Well, like Mark Twain said, I suffered no inconvenience from it before, and I'm sure I'll suffer no inconvenience from it after. Life. 888-368-1580. So, all right, everybody, the first round of the draft has come and gone. The second round is coming up here in about 15 minutes. 205,000 fans showed up for the draft in Green Bay. 205,000 people in that little square everybody was standing in or something.
And here we were thinking, surely this was not going to work.
Well, I don't know if it worked. I haven't heard any stories from the fans about it. But I can only eat so many cheese curds. I don't know how it went. I mean, your best bet in an event like that is to eat plenty of cheese curds so that you don't have to go to the bathroom for a few days.
Well, yes. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So there were 275 fans in attendance in Detroit day one of the draft.
275,000, right?
Yeah, and I think you might have been right about the phony fans that they had, like little clumps of fans going, yay, for their team when a draft came up.
Yeah.
It did feel fake as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I saw the Colts go up, I was just like, they don't look like Colts fans.
Right.
Fish Tank says, hey, now that I'm on topic, instead of the cornerback we talked about the other day, the Dolphins took a defensive tackle who also will not help keep Tua on the field. Yeah, that was a surprise. I really thought that is the direction. But then Fish Tank, take heart. There's other guys in the draft, that are available to be taken when the Miami Dolphins get the 16th pick in round 2. And imagine that there's more on the way beyond that. So maybe it's not an elite, but you're probably going to get somebody good. But I would have gotten elite. I would have gotten an elite to protect Tua.
An elite
offensive
lineman?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the thing. If you look at the teams who had struggles, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, I don't know what other teams, Harris, were having teams struggle to keep their quarterback upright. Who had a rice paper offensive line last year that comes to mind?
I mean,
the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears did they improved. The Titans definitely. Yeah.
I said the professional football team. We don't need to mention the Titans here.
Was that so?
And you had no quarterback worth keeping alive. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Fish Tank, but there's more guys. How many offensive linemen are still out there who are really damn good?
In terms of offensive linemen?
Yeah, I know that the elites are gone, but there's got to be some guys who are really damn good, right?
Honestly, a lot of them got taken. Simmons from Ohio State.
Okay, sorry, Fish Tank, you're screwed.
Yep, it's over.
For real?
There are some. I'm gonna have to look up the list here and catch myself up as I'm just getting back. But there are some offensive.
You did wash your hands, right?
I did wash my hands. Yeah.
You were gone. It wasn't very long.
But I'm quick. Like I'm in and out of there. I'm efficient.
Do you wash your hands though?
I did wash my hands. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we never touched the board, so it doesn't matter to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Phil might have something to say about it.
Well, I did wash my hands.
I don't think Phil washes his hands.
You don't think so?
Wash his hands?
No.
He does eat food sitting backwards on the toilet.
He sits backwards on the toilet.
Yeah.
And he eats food.
I never imagined he didn't wash his hands though.
Yeah. No. Oh, dude, a lot of the offensive linemen got taken.
Gone.
A lot.
I thought he was saying the offensive linemen don't wash their hands either.
Yeah, even
I bet a lot of them don't.
Even Simmons got taken. I mean, the best is is it it's what's his name? The U of A guy. It's like Savinoella. I can't pronounce it. Mr. Wilbur may know, but he's good.
Why would Mr. Wilbur know? He can't see anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
He can tell you what it sounds like, but he doesn't know what it looks like. I don't know. He might be like this. He might be like, oh yeah, hold on a second. It's Sabinella.
Yeah.
Sir Drives. Yeah. Sir Drives a lot says the only way to protect Tua is to tell him to retire. He's gonna mush that brain if he's not careful. Well, he's already said he's just going to keep playing. Doesn't care what anyone thinks. Fish Tank says 6-11. Here we come. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
What have they done in free agency to help that O-line if they didn't go get them an elite guy in the first round?
Is this the Cardinals he's talking about?
No,
Dolphins. Two of them play for the
Okay.
Dolphins.
Okay. No. 6-11 is highly unlikely. Look at that team's record when Tua is healthy.
I can't
That's the
remember
thing.
which direction are you saying. Highly unlikely.
6-11. Them
Yeah,
going.
Tua
6-11.
is healthy.
You think less or more?
He's saying more.
I'm saying they're going to be better than 6-11.
As long as
Miami.
Tua is healthy,
As
but
long
then
as Tua's
without
healthy.
more, not without a improved O-line, you're not going to get there. So the question is going to be, did they get some help in free agency? Have they already gotten some guys that can help, or is it just looking pretty damn bleak for them again?
Honestly, for the Dolphins, there still are questions there. I mean, their offensive line. I think they got a guy from Pittsburgh, James Daniels, I believe. Yeah, James Daniels. Eichenberg is okay. He's progressing. Aaron Brewer was solid from Tennessee, but they do still need some help there. I would say left tackles are really important, or right tackle, since Tua is a lefty, is a really important position. They're going to need more play from Austin Jackson if they want to keep Tua healthy for a long, extended period of time.
All right. So, well, that just basically makes the point, though, that if they haven't made the changes that are necessary, Tua will not remain upright, very likely to get injured somewhere within the first 4 to 5 games.
Yeah.
And so then Fish Tank's assessment sounds pretty good to me.
I don't know. I wouldn't say 6-11. If 2 is hurt, yeah, you're going to see a drop in regression, but the odds of him missing, I'm not going to go out and say and predict that he's going to miss a ton of games. I'm not. Injuries are highly unpredictable, and I think 2 has just gotten really unlucky.
Yeah, hope not. Of course, you never want a guy to get hurt, except for Deshaun Watson. Hope they snap him like a twig. But no one else you want hurt. But the reality is, if your O-line does not protect you, the amount of time left between you and an injury is a very short time.
And 2 years ago, remember, Tua played a full season. So I think he has had some injury concerns for sure.
Didn't he have a concussion that season too? It's just he had 2 weeks in between, or it was like a quick turnaround concussion.
Yeah, honestly, he did. No, he had a concussion. It was 2 years ago when he got that bad concussion.
No, but he's had like 3 so
last
far.
Last year, yeah, he has had 3.
Fish Tank says, and then come in, Zach Wilson. Oh, we all have to hide our moms. Well, you just definitely got to hide your wins there. Random texter says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Just joining the show. Just got out of work. Quick text. Thought the Weekend Warriors did a good show last night. But Phil sure does talk a lot. Do you agree?
Phil does talk a lot.
We don't usually have time to agree or disagree because Phil's talking.
Phil's talking. The amount of times I had to cut Phil off for Goodell to go to the podium. It was quite a bit. Look, Phil knows what he's talking about, though.
Yeah.
Great
Phil knows what he's talking about. But Phil expects Goodell to wait for him.
Yeah, he does.
Slow Mozo says, which football, number 1 in America or number 1 in the world? You know, I'm going to block you. I'm about this close to blocking you, Slow Mozo. Don't come at me with that stuff when we're talking about the NFL draft. Okay. We don't care about hockey. We don't care about soccer here. Okay. So
is he trying to make it towards soccer?
Oh, he ain't making it toward nothing.
No. We
He's
have
just
the
being
fourth
facetious.
dimension that like to be, like Jeffrey says, facetious. They like to come in here with football, not football.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a lot says, especially if you're adept at throwing gang signs when the injury occurs. They did look like gang signs a little bit when he had that fencing pose. A little bit. Firefighter says, well, I'm happy the Steelers didn't make a bad decision. You know what? We're going to get to that in just a second, but we're running up against the break. So I'm going to take your text. I'm going to put a pin in it because it will be one of the first things we talk about. But before we get on to that part, I do want to at least issue an award to me because guess what? I was right. Randy should be angry. There were, oh no. Oh, I'm not right. Harris is right.
What is it?
Price is Right rules. Closest without going over. How many players came from the SEC? Harris said 13. Randy said 1 because he was trying to just do that thing you do with the Price is Right. So I said 2, and I would have been right, but nope. Harris still was closest without going over. 15 was the number.
15 players in the SEC. Dare I say it just means more.
Damn it. So
Yeah.
Harris
Dare
won that one. I thought I had that one.
Another one for the good guys. Yes.
Another one for the SEC.
I thought you had said 18 or something, or 16 or something.
Oh
so.
no!
Oh, well.
See,
All right.
Jeffrey, I understand the SEC's greatness, but I'm also methodical and objective as well with that. It's a great combination. Yeah.
Yeah,
The good guys
SEC,
reign.
Guess what I don't care about? The SEC. Guess what else I don't care about? The Big 12. Guess what else I don't care about? The Pac-12, whatever that used to be. I don't know why people care about divisions and conferences and stuff like that. I just care about my team. I don't care about well, I'm part of it. Well, no, you're not. You're the losing part of it because you didn't make it.
Jeffrey, it's
the
just
SEC, the West, the East, the AFC, the NFC, the National League, the American League. Who gives a rat's ass?
just because you're not from the South, Jeffrey. It's different. It's a culture, a sense of tribalism.
You know,
It is-
after you
it
get
is a
those
culture,
cultures, I'd probably
Yeah.
try to get some antibiotics because I ain't walking with that disease. Oh, wow, we're so proud of the SEC. Did
Oh,
you guys
darn
win?
right
no,
we
but
are.
these guys who beat us did.
14 of the
Wasn't
last
that
20
nice?
championships.
Hour 2 is next.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before: music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks. Choose natural healing.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is joining us. And we got you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And so, okay, it's the second round of the draft starting now, but we're not going to make a big old bunch of hoopla and hee-haw about this. We'll just let you know who's been picked as they go, as we have our conversation. What was the only reason I told you to interrupt me during this draft, Harris? Do you remember?
Yes, if Cam Scatterboo gets picked.
There you go. Because
Yes.
Phil and I have a bet. I say he'll go in the second or third round. He says he will not. And so we'll see what happens. It's one of the lamer bets that I've made because all it is about filling candy in a dish in my office, which I never eat anyway. So I don't know why I agreed to this.
I may eat them then. I may eat them. So I'm rooting for you.
I'm sure Phil will beat you to it. Anyway,
You're going to win the bet, Jeffrey. I think so.
I sure hope so.
You're in a
Because I
good
want
spot.
the best for old Cam Scatterboo.
Oh, heck yeah.
We
Heck yeah.
shall see.
Scatterboo-boo.
Scatterboo. Let's see. Let's get caught up on the text line. Firefarter. He says, I'm happy the Steelers didn't make a bad decision by drafting Shedeur Sanders or reaching for another quarterback.
Oh, here we go.
Although today, everywhere I look, people are saying NFL teams are racist for not drafting Shedeur.
Yeah.
What? How do you
come
figure
on.
that?
That is a crazy far-fetched conclusion.
You know,
because they drafted the other black guy.
Yeah.
Well said, Ralph. Way to make an entrance.
Gosh, man.
Yeah.
That's just that's a dumb narrative right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not even gonna address this. We're gonna talk about how we were sitting there thinking, okay, here we go, Steelers. Let's see what they're gonna do. They took Derek Harmon at number 21, and so
Derek Harmon of Harmon Solar?
yes, that is correct. And then
I knew it.
You
Good
thought,
choice.
well, okay,
Great
maybe the
choice.
Giants,
Reliable choice.
when the Giants traded up to 25, are like, okay, well then they're gonna take a quarterback for sure if they're doing that, and they're like, yeah, we are, and you're like, oh, not Shedeur, we'll take Jackson Dart, please. And so, I mean, that was the end of that. Of course, the Giants, we find out later, they did try to move up to number 1, but it could not get that going. And also, the Giants say our starter will be Russell Wilson. Yeah,
That's
I
right.
guess for
That's
now. The word on the street, and you're probably right, is that Shedeur Sanders is favored to be the first pick of the second round. Now, might be right because the Browns might take somebody else in a different position at 1, and then they could come back around at 4 and take Shedeur Sanders if they really wanted to, because the Texans ain't taking him and the Titans ain't taking him.
Why take Shedeur when you have a proven Super Bowl champion under center and Joe Flacco? I'm saying,
I don't listen. Having had Joe Flacco on my team, big old bowl of shut the hell up. Okay.
Wow. Cleveland is where you go to die. So
this is true, except for Flacco. I think he's the exception.
Well, this is interesting though. If the Browns do not take Shedeur Sanders, you think the Raiders do at 5?
No.
Mm.
No.
They're that kind of dumb and desperate.
Pete Carroll is not going to take Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, that's right. Pete Carroll's never mind. I take back the dumb part because I do have respect for Pete Carroll.
And the Browns have 2 picks at the beginning of the second round.
That's what I said.
4th, yes.
They could take better players with those 2 picks.
Yeah, is worth noting. They could.
It could be anybody.
Oh my gosh!
So,
Stop it.
Shedeur Sanders isn't as bad as Ralph thinks he is.
No, he
and,
is.
and he annoys a lot of people.
Like me.
But
Is this Ralph or Shedeur Sanders that annoys a lot of people?
Both.
Really, yeah, it's both. It is both. So
okay.
So Shedeur Sanders is at least favored to be the first pick, but what do they know? My wife says to me, why is everybody talking about Shedeur Sanders? What is the big deal? I said, well, it's like the Cowboys. It's like it's like the Lakers. Everybody they just love talking about it. It's just a story point for whatever reason, but nobody cares. It's Shedeur Sanders, where he ends up, when he ends up, how he ends up.
I think people care because he's so annoying, and his dad is so annoying. He goes and builds a studio to get for the draft night.
Oh,
and then he gets
built
there
a
with,
studio.
He built a whole studio for his draft night with all his branded stuff on. This guy is such a
that is
pompous
hilarious.
ass. And then what happens? He doesn't get drafted. I mean, so good for
classic.
you. He's a douche.
Well,
Absolute
Shador
douche.
Sanders
You
says,
seem like you have them all figured out, Ralph.
He's a douche.
Shador Sanders says, again, I try to start that sentence, not being picked up adds fuel to the fire. That's almost as bad as, for him, he'd have to say, all 32 teams that didn't take me are going to regret it.
Ralph's going to give Shador all the fuel to the fire.
Well,
that he
no,
needs.
the fuel is his rookie card being burned. I mean, that's number one.
What? Who's going to burn his? Why
That's
do you
just
think
the
people
fuel
hate
for the
him that
fire.
much? He's
I
he's
don't like him.
slightly annoying.
I can't stand him.
He's
Or
a
his
good
dad.
player in
No,
reality.
he's really not.
He's not great, but he's a
not
good.
good.
He's a good player,
No,
and
he's not.
he, he's annoying. His dad's annoying, but I don't know if that's enough to just go all full hatred on him.
He's the first example of a daddy ball player that's
Oh,
trying to.
someone
go
call
into
the
professional sport.
ambulance.
This is his
Someone
daddy
call the
ball. That's all it is.
ambulance. Ralph is
My
crying.
ambulance is for him not getting drafted in the first
Well,
round, which I
what-
said he wouldn't.
Can I ask the difference, Ralph, between Shador Sanders and what's his name,
Neil
and LeBron James and
Ronnie?
What the hell's his
Oh,
name?
there's no
Yeah.
difference. Absolutely. the same.
Oh my
I
god.
feel
Zero
like
difference.
Zero
kind of the
difference.
same thing. Isn't
I'm
it?
with you.
Bronny might have more talent.
What do I think of LeBron James, Randy?
You don't like LeBron
I think he's
James.
I think he's a douche.
You
And he
do not
plays for
like
my
Oh
team.
yeah, did you see that video? We were talking about this in the last hour. That video where LeBron James in game 2 against the Timberwolves, he's like somebody kind of hits him a little bit, and he goes and he goes and he goes. So obvious the flop.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
Hey, he's on our team. He's not my guy.
That's your guy.
As long as he gives Donnie Payne, I'm good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You're a Lakers fan.
Well, you did give him pain winning that game, so it's now
Ralph,
tied up.
your Lakers.
I was still talking to Harris.
Oh, my mistake.
I don't know if you
My
can
mistake.
hear me or not.
Yeah, but he wants to talk about me, so that's okay.
I just want to get to know him.
Oh Jesus,
I
not
love
again. Let's see here. Slow Mo Zo says, "What did Harris win? More pizza and wings?" Yeah, well, that we talked
All right,
about that.
I-
He's opted for 3 slices of pizza and 4 wings.
Yep.
That's very particular. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's his lunch. I mean, he gets to do what he wants. In fact, he got 7 right. Is pretty damn good if you ask me.
It's not too shabby.
In yesterday's draft, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't as crazy as we hoped it would be.
Yeah.
But it was very unpredictable.
Couple of things happened, a couple little trades, but nothing like, it wasn't that big a deal, was it?
Honestly, no. Outside of Jacksonville moving up and the Giants moving up, there was some.
That was
maybe.
surprising. Yeah, sure. At the beginning,
Yeah, I was expecting a little more, to be honest with you.
everyone knew the Eagles were going to do that dumb crap again, where they move up 1 just to get a guy.
Yeah.
Was that guy? I mean, was it worth it? What they did? Was it really worth
Good
it?
player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have got another good player there. You know what I mean? Did they have to do that?
Honestly, I would say, yeah, Jahad Campbell's a stud, man. He was great at Alabama. I mean, you know
I just
what?
don't think the Chiefs were going to take him though.
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
Chiefs were going to go offensive tackle no matter what.
They probably were.
So yeah, you're right. Did they really need to?
I
Probably.
wonder if
not.
they got some intel. Someone told them something.
Unless somebody was
Maybe
trying to
Henry-
trade
You know
up
what?
for him.
Yeah.
You know what probably happened? This would be classic, though, right? So the Eagles are like, "Hey, we got to trade up with the Chiefs so we can get Jihad Campbell." If I'm the Chiefs, if I can figure out who they want, I'll make a phone call going, "Yeah, we're probably going to take Jihad Campbell." Yeah, even if you don't want him, you're just like, "Yeah, I don't know. You guys want to trade up? You're more than welcome to." Just like releasing information falsely so they think that something's going to happen. I'd be screwing with the Eagles all the time because they do these little 1 position jumps all the time.
Yeah, at the same time, I'm not gonna slash or slander their process, Philly or Kansas City, because it's worked.
Well, yeah, both of them are at the end of the
Right.
draft on the
Right.
first round. Why?
I mean, I will.
They were in the Super Bowl.
Now, if the Giants did that, or someone like that, then I would be like, all right, what are we doing here?
Didn't the Giants? They did they did a thing.
They did a bunch. They tried to do a bunch of things.
They tried to do a thing.
They did good yesterday.
They traded up
They
to.
did good yesterday. Well
For
said,
being a stupid organization, they did a good job.
Yeah, they honestly.
Could be accident.
I like them taking Dart at 25. I
do
think it's
too.
I think it's very good for him. It's one that watched him play at Ole Miss.
I don't think Randy liked it though.
Randy.
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, no, I liked it. Yeah.
Who cares what the New York Giants do?
Who
Anyway?
who are we talking about again? I'm sorry.
Let's see. Fish Tank says, "Sorry, last Dolphins thing because I know no one cares.
True.
By the way, are you going to Fish Tank show on Saturday with us?
I think I am.
Well, you got to find out, man.
I'm working on it.
8
I'm going for
p.m.
Fish Tank, not for you.
Saturday, 8 p.m. Well, they don't sit near me then. 8 p.m. at the Yucca Tap Room in Tempe.
Who else is going?
Randy's going. Harris can't go. I asked Phil if he could go, but he had the same problem.
As me?
Yeah.
Erectile dysfunction.
Hanging out with his girlfriend.
He does have that. I saw that.
Phil has a problem. Oh, yeah.
Is Mrs. Kim going?
Yes. Mrs. Kim
wow.
is.
My wife is also going.
That's gonna be a fun. I gotta convince. Yeah, that could be a fun time, man.
I'd love to go. Honestly, I just can't.
Yeah, we're over it now. We're over it now.
It's okay.
By
We're
the way,
over
the
it, Harris.
Browns did not take Shedeur Sanders with their 33rd pick.
Ooh, I told you. I said there was a chance. They took Schressinger.
Yeah,
Who's
that.
that?
Refreshing what?
He's a linebacker from
Schressinger.
UCLA.
Carson Schressinger.
He's a linebacker out of the UCLA.
Yeah, Schwessinger, I think is the pronunciation.
Pretty good
Yeah,
guy.
really good athlete.
I
Very
would
good
not
athlete.
be shocked if the Browns took Shedeur at 4.
If they don't, he
Could
may
happen.
have another long day.
Well, who do you think? The Saints at 8. The Saints. I was actually a little surprised that the Saints didn't do that. Kellen Moore was like, we trusted our board. We're fine.
Or
We're
Vegas
okay
at
here."
5.
Saints have Derek Carr, right?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
but
they
you got to
Spencer
start
Rattler,
figuring out your
but-
future.
But they have
September.
Spencer Rattler behind him. Who they like,
You got to start figuring out your future.
but they're looking at Rattler as their future. Man.
He's not their future.
Hey, he gets good weed.
Harris, what? Yeah, well, okay.
He's from the Valley. He had good weed in high school.
Okay, you keep him around as a backup, but Spencer Rattler is not the future of the Steelers, is he? I mean, there's no way.
You know what? I'm higher on Rattler than most star. I think he can be, but
I'll bet you're high on Rattler.
Anybody near him gets a contact high.
Just ask anybody at Pinnacle High School.
gosh darn it. Okay, I set myself up for that, man. Oh, I should have seen it coming. Gosh.
I don't say much, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say it. Most interesting man in the world.
Thank you.
Randy White. Yeah, I like Rattler. I think he's good.
I do too.
Anyway, Fish Tank says, did you see Zach Wilson's going to wear number 0? Yeah, we talked about the other day because that's how many people give a crap. I mean, that's nobody cares.
Yards will gain, yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, emotional roller coaster for Harmon. You see his mom passed away a few hours after he was picked. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. She'd been on life support for a while, so it wasn't out of nowhere, but still, you go absolute high, then absolute low. She heard him get drafted, though. That was cool.
Yeah.
Well, we hope so. I mean, I don't know where her condition was at the moment, but you know what? A lot of times people will hang in there for a certain date or they'll hang in there for a certain thing, you know?
So true.
And so that's why if like somebody's telling you in your life and they're like, I just want to hang in to the end of this season of some TV show, you're like, you know, there's another season coming, right? And there's big surprises on the way. Oh, crap. Okay. All right. And then you give them to hang in there longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
exactly
you're alive for my purposes. I don't care about your suffering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just hang in there. You hang in there till I'm tired of you. 602 Pats fan says, so did Shedeur get a slice of humble pie? Oh, I'd say so, yes.
Still getting it. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
they're still force feeding it to him.
Texans just took Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, wide receiver.
Good pick, man. It was a position need for them. They traded back thinking they could probably get him still in the second
Ralph,
round. So
yes, sir.
Who do you think the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons are going to take here at 3?
3?
Yeah, you guys have the 3rd pick. You got a trade. There was a trade, and the Seahawks have moved up and taken the 3rd pick.
Did this just happen?
Yeah, it just happened. What do you think? I'm just making this up?
I thought
It's
you were
right
just
here.
highly informed. I mean, I know that you've got a lot of connections.
Sometimes I'm highly informed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're wrong.
yeah, the Seahawks are on the clock.
Them to move up is very interesting.
No, we said we weren't going to do that today.
What's the trade? Did you get any details of it? Did they trade Sam Hamill?
It's the
Sam Howell?
Seahawks, so I really
Randy,
because I'm wondering if
Randy,
Sam Howell.
you're pinning me there, thinking it was me.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's gonna
Let me take a
Throw me
look
under the
here.
bus.
They
They traded with America's team, the Tennessee Titans.
America's team. The only team that got worse yesterday.
In what universe is that? All right, let me just keep an eye on it. Now I'm curious what the Seahawks felt was. Where were the Seahawks at?
They were at 18.
Well, I know,
second.
but
Maybe they want Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. Oh,
They
They're
were
Randy,
still
I
at
will, I will
18.
disconnect this
They were at pick
Comrex and
20
go cry in the corner.
Could you imagine?
I would.
I'm gonna laugh
I'm
so
telling you
hard.
right now.
Oh,
it'll,
please happen. Come
it'll
on,
be over.
do it.
I
Do
will be
it.
a
Do
Cardinal. I will be a Cardinal fan.
it. Please do it. Oh,
You heard it here.
come
Well, he's
on.
gone back on his word to many
No,
occasions.
I
on
will buy a
these
Cardinal jersey and be a Cardinal fan.
things. I have to go along with your many other
I'm
jerseys.
telling you right now.
I've
I will
never
drop
rooted for a pick more that's not my
Oh,
team
man.
than this pick right now. Come
This
on.
is interesting though.
Oh.
For them to move up, there's somebody they really want.
And watch him be like the franchise guy for Seattle. Watch him be amazing. Get this long contract, and Ralph has just constantly remembered how wrong he was.
Walter Mellon says, "Yeah, mighty big words calling Deion Sanders pompous ass there, Ralph. How many teams do you have? How much gear do you have? He's about to get more."
About to get more, and he is a
Yeah.
pompous ass. Come on.
Oh, and even better, watch him hire Dion too if
Oh
it
my
doesn't
gosh,
work.
dude.
Oh
it'll,
yeah.
it'll be over. I'll be a Cardinal fan. I'll go Kyler Murray.
Firefighter says, "Ralph may not have been reading my text yesterday, but I agree with him on Shedeur Sanders."
I read your text.
He says you didn't.
I did. I had a hard time reading his name, but I read his
All right.
text.
Well, answer this. He says, "What do you think of all the people coming out today saying that the Steelers, Browns, and Saints are racist for not drafting Shedeur?"
I think those people saying that are probably racist.
It is dumb as hell. You know what,
Yeah.
Mike? I've never known a bigger racist than Mike Tomlin.
What?
I'm kidding. See, of course, it's ridiculous.
I was
It's
like,
just complete absurdity.
He doesn't draft any white guys. It makes me mad.
yeah.
So now I know where Harris gets it.
well said.
Harris's dad says, "Ask Harris the story about how he was born into the world." No, we're not doing this right now.
Nobody wants to know that.
We're not talking about this right now. It runs in the family.
So the
Oh,
Seahawks
boy.
gave the Titans, they got number
I
35,
love you, Dad.
and they gave the Titans 52 and 82.
Yes.
So there was nothing else.
A little cost to it. Little cost.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says Giants don't do anything stupid because everybody said no to them. That's why they couldn't get away with it. They couldn't do anything stupid.
They could find a way.
Big George says, "I wish the Cardinals would have drafted Dart. Maybe the Cardinals could underachieve for Arch." A lot of teams might be kind of thinking that way.
Well,
but-
they'll underachieve with Murray. I think they're fine.
Oh yeah, they'll always underachieve with
Yeah,
Murray.
I mean,
Thank
they're-
you
they're-
very much.
Hey, listen, the Colts. I'm really hoping they underachieve really well. this
Randy, I
year.
love your passion, your
They will.
loyalty.
Quiet Cannon says, "Hey guys, late to the party, but did the show address the Dimeback debacles yet?" Yeah, we did that earlier. We don't want to talk about it right now. It's just a little bit of a dip in the season. They'll be back. Random
It's
Texter
baseball.
says, "Actually, rumor has it right now, Louisville quarterback is projected to be the first one to go in the second round. The one that Triple H was talking about a couple of days ago, Tyler
Shut.
Huh?
Shut. Tyler Shut.
Man,
When,
seriously, I just want him to change his name. That
When
is
he
so-
started,
now I see it, and I got to pronounce it. Shut.
he started his freshman year.
SOUGH.
Yeah, it's weird pronunciation. He started his freshman year in 2018 of college. I was a sophomore in high school,
I want him out of the NFL,
for reference.
so I don't
I
have to call
want
him
him
Shut.
out of the NFL.
Because
Oh,
the
is that
spelling
so?
of his name annoys me that
Oh,
much.
please go to the Colts. Tyler Shut. Tyler Shut to the Colts and Shedeur Sanders to the Seahawks.
Shut your
Oh,
prepubescent
that
face.
is all we need.
I will come to the studio.
Make it happen, America. Make it happen.
Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, says it'd be funny if the Seahawks took Sanders for Ralph's
Really?
sake.
I'm looking at the draft board and I'm like, I'm not really sure unless
Nope.
they go edge.
Don't
I'm
you
not
dare
sure
give me
what-
the break signal. We're waiting until this happens.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I want to be live on air when this happens.
I was
if
just
it
telling you
happens.
it's coming up, but yeah. I'm just trying to
I
be a
ain't
good
going nowhere.
producer. I'm
Or
trying to
maybe-
do my job.
Maybe they're going Will Johnson.
We'll
Ooh,
keep
that
it
wouldn't
right
be
here.
bad. That'd be a great
Could be
pick.
Will Johnson. They could get
Honestly,
a nice corner.
yeah, that
'Cause
would
guy, I'm
be-
surprised he's still there.
Average Joe says Seahawks trade up with the Titans. Yeah, you got to wonder who do you think they're after if it's not.
It's got to be Shedeur Sanders.
Could be Will Johnson.
Fish Tank says I'd give at least 2 toes to see Shedeur go to the Seahawks.
So would
At least
the,
2
so
toes.
would
also
so
a
would
very
Dion.
specific number as well.
Dion would as well.
George says Seahawks are drafting safety Nick Emanowuri from South Carolina.
Oh, from South
I
Carolina.
don't think so. They're pretty
Are you
solid.
guessing?
That'd be a great pick.
Are
They're
we
pretty
just
solid at
behind on our
safety.
feeds?
No, they're not. It's not out yet, but they're
Yeah, it's
pretty
not out
solid
yet.
at
I don't
safety.
see it. Yeah, that would be a great pick. I mean,
I wish
he's
they'd
he's
get
a
it over with.
stud.
I'd like to take a break.
They're still on the clock. So.
Oh no, there
Yeah,
it is.
Richard
He
Sherman's
was right.
announcing
He
it
got
right now,
he
yeah.
saw it before we did. Nick Emanowuri. You know what, Harris? You might want to change that feed you're looking at to channel 15 because that might be ahead of ESPN. Sometimes there's delays and lags. But yes, congratulations, Ralph. You did not get Shedeur Sanders.
Channel 15, you said, Jeffrey?
Yeah, try 15, mate, and see if it's fast. See if it's more ahead.
God,
go back and forth and see which one is on better time, because he's using a visual. We're not listening off a feed. He's looking at that visually.
Yep.
Nick Humiwuri from South Carolina is now a safety for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. I mean, he was an All-American last year.
Humiwuri. Okay,
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Humiwuri. Close enough.
Mad Magazine, Harris. You have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and see if the Browns are dumb enough to draft Shedeur Sanders. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
You heard the news. Newsmax just went public on the New York Stock Exchange and listed on the big board. Millions of Americans like you are joining our news revolution. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top 12 news brands in America. Even President Trump says it's terrific. 40 million Americans go to Newsmax, and its audience grew 50% since the same time last year. Millions really are making the switch to Newsmax. If you want to be a Newsmax share owner, call your advisor or get more info at newsmaxinvest.com. Stand with Newsmax today for a strong America. This communication is for informational purposes only and shall not be intended to or shall not constitute any offer to buy or sell securities, nor shall there be any sale of securities in any jurisdiction in which such offer, solicitation, or sale would be unlawful.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
The Rich Eisen Show.
The acquisition of Jrue Holiday. I know we're talking about Brown and Tatum, but the fact that the Bucks trying to keep Giannis happy by getting him another star leads to Marcus Smart being able to be flipped for Jrue Holiday. Is that one of the greatest tricks the Devils ever pulled off? Goodness gracious, that guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the Browns turned out to be smarter than we thought they were. They took Quinshon Judkins, running back from Ohio State. So now we wait and see how many more teams are going to disappoint Shedeur Sanders for a second and third time. We got the Raiders coming up, the Patriots, the Bears have a couple of picks. The Saints, I think the Saints are a prime Shedeur Sanders possibility. And if not, as I look down, you got the Jets, you got the Cowboys. Remember, the Cowboys, Shedeur's daddy is friends with the owner of the Cowboys. So that might be a place you see Shedeur Sanders go to. Definitely not going to the Dolphins. Wait, the Dolphins? Dolphins traded up to the 5 spot. So I guess it won't be the Raiders. That just happened.
Wow. I didn't see that.
Somebody get me the details on the Dolphins trading up to the Raiders. Do you think that Shedeur Sanders could be a complimentary quarterback to Tua Tagovailoa?
I would say no. This could be a Will Johnson pick right here.
Yeah, good point.
I would say I would be very surprised if they didn't take him, especially with Ramsey probably out of the door and leaving. So they have a hole there.
Very good point.
Silver Pop
you, Rob.
says, Jeffrey, read it. But read what? What do you? I already read all the text you have sent. Lost Toby says, dip in the season. Season just started. What are you talking about?
Dip in the
I
season.
don't know what he's talking about. Sir Drives Lot says Sanders, and then he was disappointed because it wasn't to the Seahawks. Whistling Gerbil says Browns taking Judkins from Ohio. Yes, you are correct, sir. Slow Mozo says, did you say Nick Gummy-Worm? No, Nick Humiwori.
You want details of the trade?
Great pick.
Yeah, give me the details of the trade.
So yeah, 37 and 143 go to the Dolphins for 48, 98, and 135.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, ain't too bad.
It's small.
Everything seems reasonable at this point.
So far, yeah.
Firefarter says, do we have Ralph to thank for all these Newsmax ads? Yes. Baker's Cocky Hen says, yes. Judkins, Chubb 2.0. Oh, that's right. We actually have a Browns fan listening.
Yeah.
Wow,
we do.
There's Browns fans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shame on you, Baker's Cocky Hens. Shame on you.
Jonah Shabanabadigabagiding from Arizona, the guard from Arizona that goes to the Dolphins.
Okay.
What's his
So
last
O-line pick.
So I guess they don't check IQ.
Jonah Shabanabadigabagiding from Arizona.
I don't have it up on my feed yet, so I can't even comment on your pronunciation.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's spot on, though.
Yeah, it is spot on.
There's one thing we're good at here on the Daily Blender, and that is pronunciation names.
Oh, yeah.
Pronunciation.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Pronunciating.
Jonah
Ding dong.
Actually, yeah, the ding dong is silent.
I've noticed.
Like on Ralph.
I've noticed
ding dong
that
is silent.
Like
My wife does tell me that a lot.
I thought since he was from the U of A, it was you pronounced the ding dong. But hey, what do I know?
Well, that's a good point. No, good for you, Randy.
Little theme here. I've noticed that all of the guards, Tyler Booker, Donovan Jackson, and now Jonah Shavadavading Dong, have been overtaken.
There it is. He's my prodigy.
That was perfect. You got it perfect.
He's learning.
I'm learning. What can I say? They've all been overtaken.
Ringless Joe says Tyleek Williams is the most underrated pick of the first round. Absolute warrior in the trenches.
He's good. He's a great
Are you seriously making us look back at the first round just so you can talk about the Detroit Lions?
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly what he just did.
Tactical.
Don't look.
I wish you weren't so damn awkward. So where are we at here? Where are we at? Let me.
Well, we were talking ding dong from the U of A.
Well, now
to the Dolphins.
Yeah. So Saints, I'd say are your first chance for Shedeur Sanders. The Bears wouldn't do that. The Patriots, I'd really be doubtful.
How big of a win would it be for us if our guy Scattaboo went before Shedeur Sanders?
I would love that so much.
How big
for
of
him.
a win would it be for us?
I don't know if that's going to be the thing. If he goes in the second round, it's going to be later in the second round. You know who I think would really love to get their hands on Scattaboo? Harris, correct me if I'm wrong. You know what? Second thought, don't. Just keep your face shut. The Washington Commandos.
My face is shut. It's shut.
I feel like the Washington Commandos.
Why do you think that, Jeffrey?
The way that they've been running that offense, the way they did things in free agency, I think they would look at him as somebody to put into a committee, maybe even at the front end, give him a little more workload because he is a crazy, crazy beast. But that is a team I think that could probably use a good running back.
Well, I mean, they did pay Eckler a decent amount, and Brian Robinson has been pretty solid for them. So there are some.
You got a rookie at rookie cost, and then one of those other guys get hurt, and this is a guy that you can also bring along. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I think could be good is Dallas at 44. I think they've got a hole at running back and a good quarterback. It would be a good play for him.
They aren't going to go Scattaboo there. I'd say they do Shedeur
Well,
Sanders
third round. third round.
Oh, the
too
third
is
round.
a possibility. Yeah, we're just talking about teams here. That would be a good fit
I
for
just
him.
don't see Scatterby going that soon, but okay.
Dude,
Really?
what if he went to
think-
the Cardinals at 15?
That
And
would
I'm
be
talking
good.
second round 15.
That's a terrible pick. At 15.
It's not a terrible pick.
That's he's not a second round runner.
I wouldn't be
Boo.
mad if the Colts took him
Boo,
in this
you're
round at
no
13.
fun.
He's fourth, fifth round. He's not a second round player.
We just love
Let
him.
us have some
Ralph,
fun,
why don't you
Ralph.
just
I
be
do like
quiet?
him.
Ralph,
I
let
like
us
him a lot.
let
but
us
he's
have
not a
some
second-
fun.
Why you gotta hate? Why you gotta just
Be the
take all
police
hope
of
away?
police of fun here.
These
Wow.
teams know
Fun
better than we
police.
do, and they probably won't take him until the
I
next
think
round
some-
at the earliest. But let
some-
us
some of them
just
don't.
have this for a moment.
Let us have a
If
moment.
Ding Dong goes at 5, I don't see.
Give
it.
us this, Ralph.
What do you want? Anything for you, Randy?
Thank you.
Anything.
agree.
Except for this.
If you want him now, then you take him now. He's about the same size as Kyler Murray. It'd be great. They can stand next to each other.
Yeah, well,
If Randy told me to do almost anything, I'd do it.
I'm
Wow.
gonna say something.
Better be careful with that one.
Who's the best next
He has a lot of
quarterback,
power.
Harris? Seriously, in real life, if it's not Shador, who's the next best quarterback?
I think Will Howard.
He's better than Shador.
Oh, after Shador. I was saying Shador is the best.
Is there
quarterback
anybody
for
better
sure.
than Shador
No.
coming down this
No, I
pipe?
would not say that.
I mean, there's how about Tyler
Oh.
Slow? How about Jalen Merlot? I mean, there's a couple guys.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
Milrow is still sitting in the draft room, so he thinks he's going today. Will Johnson also still there.
I think
Tyler
Milrow
Shutt.
could go before him.
Tyler Shutt is near retirement age. He's been in college since 2018.
That usually works out. Look at Bo Nix.
My
Yeah, that's
Colts
true,
are
yeah.
sitting there. I
That-
wonder
that's
if
a good
they
point.
do a dumb thing like grab some quarterback like that.
And they both went to Oregon too.
Yeah, they should grab Shador Sanders so you could have him and Richardson on the same team. That'd be awesome.
I think at that point it would be permissible for me to change teams, right?
Yeah, just
At
trade for
that
Kyler
point,
Murray and then you're perfect.
Nobody'd say a word. I was mad enough when they got Daniel Jones, but if they pulled this with that next pick, I get to just decide what team I want, right?
Yes,
Without any repercussions.
I agree.
I don't get the hate on Shador. I'll be honest. I don't get
It's
it.
not hate on Shador. It
is from Ralph.
Yeah,
It's not
but
from you guys.
It's
I don't
racist
like
from
it.
Ralph, but the rest
I'm,
of us.
yeah, you know me. I'm just a big racist.
Ralph the racist.
Well, you don't want that to stick. You
I'm
really-
a name racist. I hate the word Sanders.
You don't want that to stick.
I'm a name racist.
Ralph the racist or racist Ralph? One or
We're,
the
we're-
other.
we're not doing.
man.
No. We're not doing that.
Okay.
Ringless Joe, who's now trying to pretend like he doesn't only have Detroit sports on his mind, says Travis Hunter is going to make the Jaguars into a Super Bowl contender. A blue chip talent on both sides of the ball
Wow.
now gets to run roughshod over the weakest division in football. Look to the Jags to win the
Hey,
division
that's
next
not very
year.
nice.
Wow.
Jeffrey, are you just going to let him say that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am because our division sucks.
Yeah.
It really does.
But
He's not
even-
saying anything
No.
wrong there until further notice.
I have a little pride. I have a little pride in dignity.
Why? There's no pride in a
gonna
division.
say it.
Have pride in your team, not in your division.
I thought this was a chance for us to align,
Grow up.
have an alliance and a truce.
There's
to
no
go against-
alliance. There's no truce.
go
I hope
against
your
the
team
enemy
burns in hell. I hope your first round pick can't find his way to the stadium and ends up in a bad neighborhood and kidnapped and fed only bread for 3 years.
Forgive me.
Dang.
You know what? Forgive me for trying
3
to be
years.
nice. Forgive
Wow.
me.
That's pretty
This
For
is
trying.
professional sports, Harris. This ain't college where we're like, hey, go SEC. No, it's not. This is grown up
this
time.
is not at all the case. There are more
Jeez.
rivalries in college than there are the NFL. That is for sure.
The rivalry is between your team and everyone you play. That's
Yes, This is true.
We aren't no
I
friends in
can't
this.
stand Alabama or Georgia or Florida. Any of those schools, I cannot
Well,
stand.
you can't stand them because they beat you guys all the time.
That's why you can't stand
Yes,
them, yeah.
Ralph. You cracked the
Patriots
code.
take
I mean, it's true.
the Patriots take Trayvon Henderson,
Outside of
running back
last
from
year.
Ohio State.
There you go, a running back. Two
Bears
running
are
backs
back
have
Ohio
just
State
gone.
running backs.
Second round is always running back round.
It is. This
Wow.
is true.
So
Which means Scadaboo could be going early.
Baker's Cocky Hens
No.
thinks that Scadaboo is going to end up being a
That's
49er coming up here in a few minutes.
Could happen. He really fits that system.
Firefighter says Trayvon Henderson better running back than Scadaboo, and
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
still available. Whoops, no, he's not. He's a Patriot now.
He is a New England Patriot. I
Diamondback
don't know
dude
if I agree
says
with that.
whoever drafts Dylan Gabriel will be very happy.
I like Dylan Gabriel.
Okay,
He's a project, but I like him too.
He has. I'll tell you what. He's got a crazy arm. He
Yeah, he
broke
does.
the throw velocity record in the combine. Like he's got some zip on that thing.
It's better than
Hamilton
Sanders.
Porter says we don't need a running back, but tell me Cam Scadaboo doesn't scream Detroit Lions
Oh my
culture
gosh, here we
right
go.
now.
Here we go again.
Well, no, that's not the Detroit guy. That's
Oh,
Hamilton
it's
Porter.
oh okay.
So now we'll address that. And I agree.
yes.
He could really fit in there.
He could be Campbell's illegitimate son.
He really could be. Yeah.
I would imagine all of Dan Campbell's kids have twitches. They, just shell shock from dad coming and yelling,
I mean, you know how much I'd pay to get yelled at by Dan Campbell?
His kids have twitches. His wife is twitching. That's great.
Delicious says, just turning you guys on. How many picks did new guy get right after the first 4? Also, suck it, Ralph, and go Niners, he says. 7. So he has decided for 3 slices of pizza and 4 wings. Now, I could give him 6 wings because my OCD feels like you should really have, but no, I'm not going to do that. He gets 3 slices of pizza and 4 wings and nothing else.
Yeah. Yep.
You get your own drink.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, I'm not buying your drink.
Cool.
Big George says,
oh, you're not buying me a drink. Oh, okay.
How is it that the 2 guys from Arizona have been drafted ahead of guys from ASU? Arizona stunk last season while ASU went to the college football playoff.
I was actually going to bring that up.
That's because U of A players are trying to get the hell out of Tucson. That's how.
They're desperate.
I was going to bring that up because Arizona, I mean, this shows how disappointing of a season it truly was for them last year. They started preseason ranked. Noah Fafita coming back. He was really talked about to hit the portal and all these offers.
Well, there's your problem. There, you got a player with no feet. Right there is the issue. Did you guys hear that?
What?
Noah Fafita.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's Italian for no feet. Yeah, it's Italian for no feet. Yeah.
Is it actually? I did not know that.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Gosh.
I didn't want to go
Harris.
Harris,
it's Italian for gullible. That's what it is. Harris's dad just texted in and wants everyone to know that all of Leaper's Fork is listening to the broadcast at the tack room.
What is Leaper's Fork? Is
Leaper's Fork, Tennessee is where I was from, born and raised.
Really?
Yes, I was raised on a farm, Ralph.
Town of 300 people or
450. You were close.
450. And the tack room, well, you know where that is. That's where everybody goes down to get their feed and their supplies for their animals, right?
Oh, they don't buy thumbtacks there?
It's right near the barn.
Yeah, no, it's where the saddles and stuff. I think.
Yep.
Harris's attack room is that the neighborhood watering hole? Is that what that is?
Neighborhood
if
watering
you're a
hole.
horse.
Yeah.
Is that the neighborhood watering hole?
The well, you mean?
Watering hole.
Is it a bar? He was asking.
Is it a bar? No, it's not a bar.
Okay.
We got a place called Puckett's.
I just Googled Leaper's Fork.
All the rednecks hang out there.
I just Googled Leaper's Fork, and the Google said, "Why?"
Wow.
Why do you even want to know this? It says.
Where in Tennessee is that? Is that
by the way?
So it's like an hour south of Nashville.
650 now is your population.
Oh, we've grown vastly.
Some of your friends have been doing some work.
You know, Californians are moving there, and they need to get out.
What is Leaper's Fork famous for? And it's like, are you kidding? It's nothing.
It's famous for
There's
Harris.
nothing. It is. Harris is the most famous thing from a place that's been around since 1801.
1801. A lot of blue collar workers. A lot of honest, down to earth people.
Nobody knows how to use bleach in that town.
Oh my God.
So everybody's collars are just discolored.
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
Oh, here's a Google line. Is Leaper's Fork worth listening? Google says, ha 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 ha. No, it says it's a very peaceful village and it's very beautiful. Nice place to come hang out because there's nothing else to do.
They're actually Carrie Underwood lives like near that area.
Carrie Underwear?
Yeah, her kids went to my high school.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
What was the name of your high school? Leaper's Fork?
Grace Christian Academy.
Leaper's Fork. That does sound like a made-up name in some rom-com, doesn't it?
Hey, Carrie Underwood's married to the former Predators captain.
Mike Fisher. Yeah,
Mike Fisher. There it is.
Yeah. Her. I was literally taking a test, and I saw her like walk by in the window of my classroom, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's Carrie Underwood!" The whole class fainted, just like that.
Can I just say
on
something?
The spot?
And this is not going to be very probably ingratiating from the people from Leaper's Fork, but I'm so sick of her on Sunday Night Football. Can we get a new person, please? I'm tired of Carrie Underwear doing the same song over and over again. She came up with a new song, but turns out she stole the song from some other musician, and then NBC had to eat bleep over it, and then went back to that other thing they keep doing. I want to see a new song on Sunday Night Football.
Who would you want to see?
Anyone but Carrie Underwear. I'm sure she's a very nice girl, but I've had enough. Ooh, time to move on.
Bears with a good pick here. Luther Burden III from Missouri. I love this pick.
Luther Burden. It sounded like you said Luther Bird the Third.
Luther Burden the Third.
I know. It sounded like you said Luther Bird the Third. That was way cooler.
Okay.
Luther Bird the Third just went as a wide receiver to the Bears.
Some alliteration there, yeah.
I love alliteration.
Good pick. Good pick for the Bears.
Out of Missouri.
Out of Missouri. Fun fact, he
No.
Oh gosh darn it. I
2-minute
broke the
penalty
rule.
for
Harris.
Can't say fun fact.
It's going to work out because we're going to take a break.
Sorry, Harris.
You can just shut up through the break. I don't want to hear you talk at all during the break. Shame on you. If you don't know what's happening, Harris started saying fun fact all the time. So he made it a 2-minute penalty if he does say it. So now he's in the penalty box and we're taking a break. We'll come back and see who's dumb enough to draft Shedeur Sanders. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Chuck McDowell here. If you were misled or lied to in any way when buying a timeshare, right now is your wake-up call. With the tariffs, economy tanking, and inflation rising, you might need to ask yourself this question. Is owning a timeshare a good idea? With all the economic uncertainty, you need to protect yourself and your family. Don't look back and say, if I'd have only got rid of that stupid timeshare they lied to me about. It's time to stop thinking about canceling your timeshare and finally get rid of it and be smart with your money. At Wesley Financial Group, we've saved 48,000 families an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare permanently or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-889-5566. 800-889-5566. 800-889-5566.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh. Did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and as I had predicted, the Saints should just take a quarterback, but not the one you thought. They took Tyler Shutt from Louisville, and they picked him over Shedeur Sanders.
Shutt is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about Shutt.
Racist.
He's almost old enough to run for president.
As you know, the Saints are notoriously racist, so they have not taken Shedeur Sanders. That's the I guess that's the line that is starting to come out from the Sanders camp.
No, it's not.
I thought somebody said it was. Who was saying that?
I don't know.
Somebody was saying that. Okay,
I really hope that's not true.
I retract that completely made up statement.
Terribly made up
Gerbil.
statement.
Tyler Shutt from Hamilton Heights High School.
Well, that's right. Yeah, he's a local kid.
Yep, he's a local kid. That's right.
Whistling Gerbil says, "What a wild draft." Random Texture says, "Told you guys he'd go first." And let's see. Fun fact in German. What? So I'm not. Well, by the way, Leaper's Fork. I was looking for a place to go eat, and there's nothing.
Oh no,
you've no restaurants.
But you know what they have?
They
have a distillery.
I saw that. It costs $24 to get in for an hour, and you can drink as much as you want.
They have a distillery. It's awesome. I'll tell you that. I know people that work there. And second off, you're talking to a former dishwasher at the Country Boy restaurant. That was my high school job.
Country Boy restaurant.
That hasn't
Country
shown
Boy
up
restaurant.
on my search here.
Yeah, Country Boy restaurant.
I found a page that said Tennessee's best kept secret. It's like a half page. And there's like the distillery on it. There's some guys, singing a song, and then there's like a replica of Andy Griffith's Squad.
Isn't that all you need in life?
I mean,
how long is this music going to go for?
That's all you need. I'll fade it out.
I think you should be nice to Harris's dad, so he sends you some of that Tennessee
I
whiskey.
really like this song.
Oh, we do like whiskey.
I like
is,
Timberland. So I
it
got
is.
caught up in
It is beautiful there at Leaper's Fork.
it's beautiful there. Well
Can I
said.
say this about
Absolutely. Look at that.
Well said.
Leaper's Fork?
It's stunning.
It
All
says
striking.
places to stay in Leaper's Fork. They're like, no, stay in Franklin. Okay,
Franklin's right by it. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
it's a real town. That's what they
Well,
said.
Leaper's Fork is it's a P5. So if you
Now
move
he's-
there, you can only get 5 acres.
Now
No less
what's-
than that. Prevents developers.
P5.
What side? What
Oh,
side
I got
of the?
bingo. I got
uh,
bingo.
What side of the state is it? Northeast? What is it?
Central. Central. Middle.
Central Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay.
Central.
All right, I see it.
Base
Yes.
slap. I can't read that.
I see it. There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says, I think you guys should just shut down that studio right now, get in your car and go to the theater and watch the Cheech and Chong's last movie, he says.
I want to see
Hmm?
that.
Have you seen it, Fighting Wampa?
I want to see it.
I want to see them. I'm going to watch the Minecraft movie.
I feel like there's a certain way you need
I
to
know
be.
none of you guys are going to go with me.
I feel like there's a certain way you need to be to watch that Cheech and Chong movie.
That
And
makes you sad.
I'm probably not going to do
Either
that.
high or married.
Does the married actually help?
Well, usually it makes you delirious.
Okay, I'll go. All right, now I'll go. Sure. Yeah. Let's see. No, Jonesy, I'm not reading that either. Not going to say that thing that they say about the Bears and about you, Arizona.
Hey, Jeff, didn't you do the whole Pink Floyd The Wall thing when you were young, or Song Remains the same thing? Go to the theater just outside your mind and watch those?
No.
You never did that?
No, I've not done the Mary
Wow.
Joanna. My sister did.
He's never sampled the devil's lettuce.
My sister did, and I used to hear Pink Floyd coming from the other room quite a bit.
Yeah, The Wall. I mean, Randy, you never did that either?
Well, through the door or the wall.
I did not see the Pink Floyd, but I did do the devil's lettuce. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, when I was playing high school ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hefty Lefty says he's from a small town too, 650 people. Well, that turns out that's a mid-sized city in North Dakota. I was from a small town in Oregon. There was only 5,000 people in Canby, Oregon, when I was
5,000, that's not
when I
that
was kind of
small.
growing up there a little
You're
bit.
from Oregon and you never got high? Wow.
It's a miracle,
That's
right?
insane, man.
There was a lot of hippies.
Everybody
up
up there is high.
No, this is the story of my life in two quick sentences.
People here are just high on Rattler, right?
Shut up! I'm talking. I was about to give you the quick story of my life in 2 sentences.
Let's do it. Let's hear
Born in Colorado, came to Arizona for a little bit when I was like in kindergarten. Moved to Oregon. I spent my entire childhood in Oregon, running through the forests, having BB gun wars, having a great time. And that's where I grew up. And then as a teenager, culture shocked me right back to Arizona, where here I am with feathered hair and a nice sweater when everybody else is wearing OP and Vans.
Right.
And I looked completely dorky for like at least a day. And I was like, I got to get to the store. And, and then I grew up the rest of the way here. That's the quick story of my life.
It's pretty quick.
But I loved growing up in a small town. That was awesome.
Oh,
I
it's
do.
the
Me too.
best.
I did too.
freaking love it, man.
I liked it.
It's so peaceful. swimming.
Apparently, John Cougar Mellencamp enjoyed growing up in a small town as well.
Yeah.
If only there was a song about that.
Yeah, if only.
Harris's dad says, y'all come to our house just south of Nashville. We put the red in redneck.
There you go.
You know, you should get some
Darn right.
sunscreen, sir. I
Darn
just
right.
don't want to
When
tell you
can-
how to
when-
live your life.
When can
but-
Miss Kim and I come out there and visit you?
Yes.
And
yes.
will you return?
Yes, you will.
That's the
Maybe
big
not.
question.
Here's the
It
thing: you'll
depends if I
return
win
better Better
If I
than
win
how
the
you came.
lottery or not. I could buy some land out there.
Better than how you came.
Ringless Joe, are you kidding or is
Guaranteed.
this serious or is this not serious? He says now the president of the United States is weighing in on draft picks. He's going to write an executive order forcing the next team to draft Shedeur Sanders.
He wouldn't do that. Remember, he's racist.
No, that's true. Slow Mo Zo says,
You guys suck.
Ralph is right. Sanders is a pompous ass. I hope he doesn't get drafted.
That's right. Amen.
He's going to get drafted.
7th round, Mr. Irrelevant.
He's going to get drafted. Just not
He
as
will,
soon.
but late.
I think he's had plenty of humility now.
I think he needs more.
But I think we're talking third or
Don't
fourth
we
round.
all?
Not all of us know.
Yeah.
Oh, not
except
me.
for
I'm amazing. Hamilton Porter says Rocky Horror and the Devil's Lettuce go together like peanut butter and jelly.
That's true, too.
Firefighter says, tell Harris and his dad that I send my condolences in the loss of his grandfather last year. He was a great guy and served his country valiantly in the Air Force. His missions over Antarctica are legendary.
Who said this?
Firefighter.
What the frick?
He's
What the heck?
Is that true? Is there a true
All of it
statement?
is literally true.
So is Firefighter from Fork, wherever you're from?
What the heck? No,
Leapers
I've
Fork?
never. I don't know that guy in my life.
Maybe you do, and he just has a
I'm-
name.
I'm
maybe he does.
I'm baffled. I am absolutely
He
floored.
might be
Well,
from
it must
Tennessee.
be online.
Dude, that is
And it's also kind of creepy as hell.
that's really freaking creepy. Firefighter.
Better lock the doors.
I am locking the doors, dude. That's crazy. Sorry, crazy.
Even the dog is disturbed by this.
I'm disturbed. Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says, Devil's Lettuce. Yes, please. Yeah, okay, degenerates. This is not the 420 club, okay? Big George says, we have another trade. The Bears just traded their pick to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, boy.
TJ Sanders from South Carolina, defensive tackle, just went.
Another
to
good pick.
The Buffalo Bills.
A lot of those guys on that Carolina defense last year that really progressed. I mean, it's a good pick for them. Great run stopper, the anchor of potentially the best run stopping defense in college football.
You would know
last
that
year.
because you're from SEC country.
Darn right, Randy. Darn right.
By
It
the
just
way,
means more.
yeah, it's funny. Moist one says, wow, Sanders to Buffalo. Wrong Sanders. This is TJ Sanders, defensive tackle. But I wonder if they did that. The Buffalo Bills take Sanders, and the Shedeur goes, TJ. Oh. I would love that so much.
He was a
Random
beast
texter
in
says, I
that
told you guys Louisville's quarterback would go first today.
That is crazy.
And he
He
did.
did.
I did not.
First quarterback.
Would have never expected that. I have my eye on Dallas at 44. That's who I'm thinking. The Jets at 42 could, but I think it's unlikely. Dallas at 44.
Sir Drives a Lot. This can't be real. This has got to be fake. But from Adam Schefter, it says Deion Sanders has been reportedly been calling NFL teams with a special draft day BOGO deal, BOGO deal. Draft Shedeur in the second round. I'll throw in Shiloh for free. He's not great, but he's packed full of spare parts, ligaments, kidneys, whatever Shedeur might need down the line.
It's buy one, get one.
You still don't have one with even two of them.
Harris's dad says, thank you, firefighter. My father was a rock star in service to our nation.
Amen.
Can you believe he just said that to somebody named Firefighter?
Yeah, I can.
But yeah. I mean, thanks for the condolences, firefighter. But I am
Wait a second.
blown away at how we found that.
Raven Kid says, imagine if Shedeur's little brother goes before him. Is his little brother in the draft too?
Shiloh, he's in the draft,
He
but
is?
it's
He's not gonna
highly
get drafted,
unlikely.
though.
It's highly unlikely he'll go.
He's terrible.
Rumored at like 5th or 6th round. is where
That
he's
would
supposed to
be
go.
some classic trolling. Some team has this pick to throw away, just wants to put a finger right at the.
That won't happen. I mean, he wasn't even.
Oh
invited
my
to
God,
play.
I would laugh so hard. That'd be worth the price of admission right there.
Jalen Milrow will go next. You watch.
Yeah, he should. He's sitting in the room.
I think he'll go before Sanders.
You like Milrow more than Shedeur?
I like anybody more than Shedeur.
Wow.
Anybody. I'll take you.
How do you really feel about that?
I'll
Ralph?
take every quarterback on the board before him. I like Will Howard more. I like Ayers more. I like McCord more. Give me Riley Leonard. I do not like Shedeur Sanders.
A guy that threw for 4,000 yards,
That's great.
37
He's
touchdowns.
a cancer in the
10
locker room. I
picks.
don't like him. I think
10
he's
picks.
horrible.
know
Had the
that.
worst
do.
the worst run game in the
Anybody that
entire
does-
FBS.
Anybody that does this
have
stuff,
one
that
of the
he's been
best
doing,
offenses. Come
walking
on.
around with that big chain.
He's
that
got
big-
an ego. He's cocky. He got that from his dad, but
Right.
of course, as far as his dad went, that was earned.
I
Shador,
agree.
we don't know yet. So
I
mean,
supported his dad when he played. I
I
thought he
think
was
it's
a
a
great player.
little. I think it's a little bit rough and premature to say that Shador is as bad as you were saying.
I've been called rough and premature. It's okay.
64
Well, again,
touchdowns,
I don't need to be part of
13
your.
picks.
Wow, Ralph.
I would have. I had a thought, but then
You
Harris
lost it?
talked, and
It's
it just
gone.
left my head.
Wow.
Way to step on the punchline, kid.
Thank you. Harris.
Moist
Sorry,
one just sent what he says was a great tweet from yesterday, and he's right. It was a screenshot where it says the Cardinals pick is in, and this guy says we got a new pope.
Wow.
Come on, that's funny.
That is funny.
Ringless Joe says Ralph only loves egotistical players if it's LeBron.
I don't like LeBron.
He's not a LeBron guy.
I've been very clear about that for many, many years.
Random texter says it was also highly likely that Shakur was going to go in the first round. Shakur?
Well,
Shador?
I
Shador?
mean, some people said he was going in the first round. Some people said he wasn't. So
They talked about him as a top 10 pick.
some people did. A lot of people said he wasn't.
Sir Drives a Lot says Will Howard is the quarterback in this draft.
Okay.
He also says thank you for your grandfather's service, Harris.
I still have no words.
Yeah, that's
Say that.
interesting.
I don't know how we found that. I don't
I'm
know.
going to have to start looking you up and see what's really out there. I
So
got a feeling.
when we come back, Harris, you should just briefly tell us what some of the heroics were that your grandfather did.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell some.
There's a story I wouldn't mind hearing. Hour 3 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text TIP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TIP to 42424. That's TIP to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains April 25th through the 28th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room. And look, Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So the Jets went ahead and got themselves a tight end from LSU, Mason Taylor. And the 49ers went with the defensive tackle, Alfred Collins from Texas. So now here we are waiting to see what kind of dump Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are about to display. Now, what did they take in the first round? We were thinking maybe they were going to go wide receiver.
No, they took an offensive lineman from Alabama, right? Booker?
Yep.
Alabama.
So what do you say? Will they take a Shedeur Sanders? Or will they go ahead and go wide receiver here, you think?
If they do, this is a favor.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason they would do it. Because there's no need to take this person when you have what you have.
Jerry Jones is that kind of dumb.
He is that kind of dumb, but it would purely be a favor, be the only reason he does it.
Yeah, honestly, I think receiver would be the go for them.
Yep.
Outside of CeeDee Lamb, they are really thin at that position with how much you paid Dak as well.
Mm-hmm.
They also went and traded for Joe Milton, who looked really good in his one start. And so honestly, yeah, I would say receiver would be the best pick for them and what I think they're going to go here.
I was stunned they didn't go wide receiver in the first round.
I was
they
too.
could have had a Garuka. They could have had Matthew Golden.
I think they wanted Tat McMillan from Arizona, and he got taken.
Plus, Booker is a beast.
Yeah, he's really good at Bama.
There was a couple three really good offensive linemen yesterday that got taken. You had to take him.
I think all of it. Booker was interesting because he could have gone as late as the second, but I'm seeing a theme that all of these guards, Donovan Jackson was supposed to go in the second. He ended up going in the first as well. The guy from Arizona was supposed to go in the late second. He ended up going in the early second. So a need for guards here in the
well,
for all these teams.
Cowboys took a Donovan, but it's Donovan Izarakuduku
good pick,
from Boston College, defensive end.
Oh, spot on, Jeffco. Spot on.
I'm nailing the pronunciations today.
I
There's
know.
no doubt.
He
about
led
it.
all of college football in pressures last year.
Yep, he should have went yesterday.
It's honestly, Dallas just went, hey, best player available here. We're getting a value. Who cares? Good pick.
Okay, Randy. So my Colts and your Cardinals are sitting there, and of course, Ralph's Rams, all sitting there. And none of these teams are going to be that dumb, right?
Well, I'm hoping the Cardinals will reach out and take Shedeur Sanders. I'm hopeful. I said
trade
my
up with the
prayers.
Colts.
Said my prayers last night, and I think they're going to trade up to the Colts and take Shedeur Sanders.
Can you be honest? The Rams are a candidate for quarterback.
Yeah, well, that's true.
They are, but not for Shedeur Sanders.
Is Milroe still there? Yes.
Yes, he is. And so is the guy. And so is the Ohio State guy.
Oh my gosh!
They need a real quarterback, not a phony one.
Yeah, the guy that threw it for over 4,000 yards.
You just don't like Milroe because he's from Alabama. You're a Tennessee guy, so they always beat your butt.
He's like, yeah.
Okay. First off, Tennessee beat Alabama last year.
Okay, so that's 1 out of 20. Good job.
Yeah, let me say. 2 out of 20 actually. Yeah, I know. But no, when watching Jalen Milroe, my honest, objective view on him is he's really good when he can get out of the pocket.
Yeah,
he's really good at hitting the deep ball. But in terms of the intermediate passing game against Michigan, it got really stale. Last year, there were times as well where it got super stale, and they just couldn't get those 10, 15-yard move the chains drives. That's my concern with him, and that's why I wonder why. Could he fit in an NFL offense? If he would, they would have to nail the offensive coordinator hire. Like a Greg Roman offense, he'd do super well in.
Slow Mo Zo says, wow, Ralph hates Shedeur Sanders as much as Jeffrey hates country music and soccer. That actually
Potentially
tracks.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks.
Soccer's so good.
Swave Dave says, Harris, from a relatively small town just like you. I have to say that the name of yours sounds like an eating utensil for frog legs. No offense. But by the way, I think you should trade a slice of pizza for 4 wings. That's not how that works.
It could work that. It has to be a
He could
value.
have 7 slices of pizza if he wanted. He just likes wings a lot.
I
I'm going
really
to tell
like
him
wings.
how to use his wing or slash pizza slice selection.
So Dallas took Izuraku, whatever that guy from Boston College.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Did
Told you that.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that come out of your mouth.
I even pronunciated the name right.
Let me hear it again.
Oh, yeah.
Donovan is Arakudukudukuduku.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to put the right emphasis on the syllables.
I missed that.
Yeah, that was definitely spot on. Yeah, I checked that. Yeah.
Random texter says at this rate, Uncle Rico might get drafted at quarterback before Shedeur Sanders.
I'd be a better pick.
So where do you guys think Shedeur Sanders is going to go?
UFL.
To the UFL.
Maybe the Canadian Football League.
Here
we'll
I
see.
am trying
And
to
then,
have.
and then late in that draft.
Yeah, it'd be the last round. Mr. Irrelevant of the UFL. That's where he belongs.
Hefty Lefty says, as someone who's indifferent on Shedeur, a huge plus for him should be that he put up the numbers he did with Pat Shurmur as OC. That guy is absolute cheeks at offensive strategy and play calling.
Shedeur also had 2 different OCs. Yeah, that is worth noting. 3 different OCs in his time in his 2 years in Colorado.
When you say absolute cheeks,
booty,
the hell do you mean? What does that mean?
Ass, complete ass.
Like he's ass. Okay.
Ringo Show says something completely delusional, and it's not about the Lions. He says the Giants will be Super Bowl contenders with Jackson Dart.
Could happen down the road.
So is that Sarcastica? Was that supposed to be Sarcastica? There's no way that's real.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't really mean that.
It could happen though. I mean, honestly, the Giants. Here's the thing about Dart. They drafted Neighbors last year, so they have a good receiver already. That's usually half the battle. And so, honestly, yeah, they're putting Dart in a pretty solid situation, which is good.
He won't see the field for a year or 2.
Probably.
I mean, so that's the good thing. He can actually sit and try to learn.
Yeah.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, for most guys, I agree.
So as we're waiting to see what the Colts are going to do, earlier we were all a little bit weirded out by firefighters saying, tell Harris and his dad that I send my condolences on the loss of his grandfather last year. He was a great guy and served his country valiantly in the Air Force. His missions over Antarctica are legendary. So, okay. Tell us a little bit about your grandfather there, Harris. He sounds like a heck of a guy.
Yeah, he was a heck of a guy. He was awesome. He was stranded in Antarctica for I don't even know how long, like 20 plus
Why
days.
was he stranded? Was he all by himself?
Yeah,
Was he with the crew?
he was on a mission, I believe, and his plane crashed.
Solo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he didn't have other guys
I think
to
he had.
eat.
I think he may have had one other guy with him or 2.
Did he
other
eat
guys
that
with
guy?
him. No.
Did that guy come back?
Yeah, they both did.
Did he eat part of that guy?
No, not part of them.
You're
okay. Well, good for him. I mean, that's amazing.
Impressive. I mean, yeah, it is impressive. Yeah.
So they crashed, or what? They
Yeah.
crashed.
They crashed. Yeah.
How long were they out there before
They
somebody
were
saved
there
them?
days, like weeks. Weeks.
Did
It's
they
a
find
crazy
other people
story.
to eat?
No.
What did they do? How did they survive?
No cannibalism here, Jeffrey. I don't know what you're getting at with this.
Well, that's usually how the
cannibalism
movies
thing.
go.
Oh
Kinda
yeah,
ruining
so.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
It's like,
know.
have you seen Yellow Jackets?
I have not. No.
Okay.
No.
So
Very heroic man.
How did they survive? Did he have like rations with him or something?
Yeah, I think he had like little. He sort of told me about it. I think he had like little tidbits of food that he would eat, and he would be really good at pacing it and like saving it and knowing when to eat it. And so it was tough though.
Discipline and survival, right?
Yeah,
there.
literally survival. Yep.
What was your favorite thing about your grandfather?
Oh, just how. What's my favorite thing? I loved his wisdom. There was always something to learn from him every time. Yeah,
that's cool.
Always something to learn from him.
Yeah, my grandfather was awesome and smart. We used to play Scrabble all the time.
Oh, really?
And he
That's
just
so cool.
completely destroyed me, and that's why I destroy everyone else at Scrabble now.
My
But,
friend's really good at that game. He beats us, but that's super cool.
Ringless Joe says last time the Giants took on an Ole Miss quarterback, they won 2 Super Bowls with him. Are you still trying to convince us of something? It doesn't even. I don't want to talk to you right now. I want to talk about my new edge rusher, JT Tuimoloau from
yeah.
Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you last year that
Make sure you roll the R.
Last year, that Penn State game, it was a really, really close game. And then towards the second half, Tullamoho had like 3 sacks, a forced fumble. He had a pick 6. Like, I've never seen a defensive player completely take over a game like I did him in that Penn State game 2 years ago. So
Right.
I encourage you to go back and
So
watch
he's
that
had one good game in college, Jeffrey. Good job.
No,
That's all I
he's
need.
had a lot of good games. That one game was just really crazy to watch.
Sounds like he'll fit in nicely with the Colts defense.
5-star guy too. He's blue chipper, proven. Yeah, it's a good pick.
And the Rams have taken Shadur Sanders as quarterback.
I doubt that.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what they're doing yet. I'm just glad that the Colts didn't do anything dumb.
I'm still looking for land in Leaper's Fork here. I'm trying.
It's hard to find. Yeah, it's not easy to find.
Land
trying
in
to
Leaper's
buy
Fork.
some land. You got it Zillow up on Leaper's Fork.
I'm just trying to look around. What part of Leaper's Fork do I want to live closer to the distillery,
There
or do
really
I want
is
to?
no
You
part
want to
of
live in the distillery.
Randy, you have to understand. I'm gonna take a wild guess about Leaper's Fork. I feel like somebody showed up and took all that land from the Indians, and then held on to it, and probably a lot of land and families for many generations.
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest.
And I think we all know how that land was farmed and tended to, if you know what I mean.
What are you saying?
mean, for distilleries
It's
or
the South?
Are you saying they had mules?
We do have mules at our house.
No, that's fine.
Maybe human mules?
I just wouldn't call them that though.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that is pretty much the that's pretty much the story of the entire United
So
States. of
people
America.
lived on Reparations Drive?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
I just zoomed in on Leaper's Fork on Zillow. There's nothing for sale there. Nothing.
It's high demand because it was super low key.
High demand.
It is high demand.
Oh wait, let me
but
just
no
change.
supply.
No,
No
I love
supply.
it. I love it.
Usually I have
Yeah,
my maximum set at 10 million. Let's see if any price shows up.
I see.
My family moved there in like the 2000s, so before everyone else started moving there. Yes.
Did you push somebody off their land or something? How'd you get in there?
No, I think
It was a hostile takeover.
yeah, we came in there. That's right, Randy. Hostile takeover. Yeah, we landed our
Fireworks
plane
and
and
torches.
and torches, and we just ran in there. That they ran away. And well, I guess this is ours now.
Yeah, you basically have to go to Franklin to get some affordable like $2 million homes, $1 million homes.
I see.
Oh, here's a shack for $745,000.
Well, that's way below your price range, Jeff.
Wrangler Joe says, "Wow, Ralph's in a hater mood today. Maybe he's sad that the Wolves are going to win tonight."
Why am I in a hater move?
I don't think so. He's not in a hater
Ralph,
mood
are
at
you
all.
from California originally?
Listen,
I was born and raised in the small town of Los Angeles, California.
this is just Ralph's face and voice. There's no,
Right.
That's
The
just how he is.
North Hollywood section.
Oh yeah.
There's only 167,000 people in that little area. But
Super low demand. Though.
made it small, but the
Yeah.
other 4 million, we didn't bother with the other 4 million.
Ralph's
Yeah, not enough supply.
grandfather was in the World War II. I
Right.
believe.
Right. Yeah.
My grandfather, no,
Mine too.
he had a hobby problem. He just had 18 kids.
Did he really? 18 kids?
He needed to get a hobby, but he couldn't get one. I guess.
Goodness.
Or he had the
How
wrong
many different
hobby.
ladies?
Just one.
18.
Just
one.
one.
One wife.
He did that to one
wife?
woman.
And they lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, which I got to see in Naples, Italy.
Wow.
I knew
That
somebody.
is
I
bonkers.
know of somebody who knows somebody who has 12 babies, and I'm just like, get off of her. And
Yeah,
so
I know.
18.
I know
18.
someone.
Yeah.
Someone that went to my school had 2 kids and adopted 10 kids from Sierra Leone. And get this, we went from like the most average soccer team to as soon as all those
Oh
kids
my
joined, we ended up winning state.
Wow, I bet. Yeah.
Hamilton Porter.
That's one way to do it.
Hamilton Porter says Shadur is a product of conference with bad defense. Put him in the Big Ten. Let's see his numbers then.
Well,
Terrence
put him in
Ferguson
the-
to the Rams.
Put him in
end
the
from
Big
Oregon,
Ten. Put him in the
Turd
Big
Ferguson
Ten.
to the Rams, tight end.
Oh, from Oregon.
If they don't
Yes.
call him Turd Ferguson, I don't know what they're doing.
So
So
is this Scattaboo, Randy?
Yeah, this will be Scattaboo. Absolutely. I'll stake
Okay.
my career on it.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
is it the third round already?
Second-
I don't believe the Cardinals would do Scattaboo here.
They need an offensive line.
In Monty, we trust.
But I'll tell you what, the Raiders might Shedeur you in the next pick.
I don't see it.
The Raiders might do that.
Possibly. Terrence Ferguson just recently married. Has put on his Instagram on here as I'm watching.
So if Shedeur
Good for
goes
him.
undrafted, I mean, he's not going to go undrafted. I don't think that'll happen.
No.
But
couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Who is the best undrafted player in NFL history, in your opinion?
James Harrison, off the dome.
Not even on my top 10. Randy?
What?
The best undrafted player in NFL history.
Boy, I have no idea. I mean,
No, actually, no. James Harrison wasn't my top 10. I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Come on, you should know.
Oh, Antonio
You played
Gates
for your team, Randy.
Antonio Gates. He's definitely up there.
No, Harris. Antonio Gates was never on the Cardinals.
Oh, you're talking about the
Jim Hart.
Kurt
Jim Hart.
Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt damn Warner.
Kurt
You
Warner.
know
was gonna
who
be-
his team is? Antonio Gates was on the Chargers. Man. you
Nobody's
just
team is
said
the
Chargers.
best undrafted player in NFL
Nobody who
history.
listens to the
You
show
didn't-
is a fan of the
You didn't
Chargers.
say best undrafted player that played for the Cardinals. I would
I
have
said
easily said Kurt
NFL
Warner.
history.
You said
Yeah.
NFL history. Exactly. That's
Yeah,
why I said Antonio
Gates
Gates.
is one of them, but don't you be blurting out when I'm asking Randy what he thinks.
Sorry, I'm a know-it-all. I can't contain it. When I know the answer,
Whoa, Jesus.
when I know the answer, I can't contain it.
But that you don't know the answer because the number one best undrafted player in NFL history is Kurt
Antonio
Warner,
Gates.
Well,
who
I mean,
is in the Hall of
It's
Fame.
Antonio
I mean,
Gates.
there's an argument for that. There is, but remember, you've also got John Randall, who was
Yep.
amazing. You have Warren.
Randall's
Moon.
on my list.
Warren Moon was a Hall of Famer.
Warren Moon is also at number 2 on my list.
Okay. Antonio Gates, maybe the best tight end to ever play. the game.
Antonio Gates.
I'm not saying
might
he's
be the
not
best
great,
at
but
his position ever.
Kurt Warner is top of the undrafted players list.
I
Kurt
think
Warner-
him and Moon very close. Very
I would
close.
take Kurt Warner.
River.
I would take Kurt Warner.
Cardinals
Warner.
take
You know
Cardinals
what number
take
2? Go ahead, Randy.
Cardinals take Will Johnson, cornerback.
There he is.
Michigan.
Oh, heck
There
of
he
a
is.
pick. The steal of the draft for the Arizona Cardinals.
I think
love
the
it.
Cardinals should be very happy about
That's
this.
an awesome pick,
Yeah.
man. That guy is a stud.
You could almost
And
have seen them going in the first round with this guy.
And that's filling a need that we have is have a
Absolutely.
good quality quarterback.
Will Johnson
cornerback.
hasn't given up a touchdown since his freshman year at Michigan in
There you go.
2022.
There
Like,
you
he
go.
is a stud.
So I got Kurt Warner as the best undrafted player in NFL history. And I know what's his name? Harris wants to argue that it's Antonio Gates.
For sure.
But here you forgot Adam Vinatieri, the highest scoring player in the history
You
of the
could say
NFL.
Vinatieri, sure.
He's number 2 on
He's
my
a-
list.
He's a kicker.
The-
He doesn't count.
No, he
the
counts.
Raiders
I know he's
have
not really a football player, but he's the best undrafted player. I didn't say
Kickers count.
football player.
the
Kickers count.
Raiders have traded out of the 16th or 48th pick, if you will,
The hell the
to
Texans doing?
Houston, and the Texans have already picked. The pick is in, and we will see momentarily. The Bengals are now on the clock. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
That's fine.
Randy, you're just fine.
Classic Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Trades back, gets more
Yep.
picks, and then
Getting
goes
more-
heavy. He goes heavy 4th, 5th round. That's what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
You'll
do
have
that.
an extra pick in the 5th round for Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm going to bring up a name on the list, and you guys are probably going to go, "Ugh," like that.
Okay.
Tony Romo was an undrafted player.
Yeah, he was.
Was he undrafted?
Yeah, he was undrafted from Eastern
Huh.
Illinois.
Okay.
I see. Here's the thing. I think Romo was a very good undrafted player, but everyone that we're talking about is Hall of Famers. I don't
Well,
think
that's-
Romo is a Hall of Fame.
What did Romo
caliber.
ever do?
He had
He
some
was
good
very
years.
good.
I
He
mean,
was very
well,
good.
he had some
He,
good years, but
He,
And
he's
he's
a lot of-
undrafted.
His resume is like Philip Rivers light, I would say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How about Priest Holmes?
Oh, Priest Holmes was awesome for the
Mhm.
Chiefs. I mean, he was great. I think didn't he have like 20 plus touchdowns one season or something? He was dominant in those early 2000s days.
Did anybody even mention Rod Smith?
No, Rod Smith is a good one. No, I still think it's Gates just because when I think in terms of all these guys, they're all very good. None of them outside of Vinatieri are the best at their positions. You can talk about Antonio Gates being the best tight end in
Hey,
NFL
it's not
history.
even about saying
There's an argument
best.
for that.
Undrafted quarterback like Kurt Warner, who went to 2 Super Bowls, won one. Wait,
Yeah.
was it 3 Super Bowls?
Two.
That's a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah, he went to
you know,
3 Super Bowls, by the way.
3?
Right,
Yeah.
3. That's
Yeah.
what I
Oh,
thought. He
Rams
went
twice,
2 with
right?
the
Yeah,
Rams,
twice
1
with
with the
the
Cardinals.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, I'm not here to tell you who the best player in their position is. I'm just saying,
Okay.
it net result when you're like, wow, Kurt Warner, just by existing. How many Super Bowls does Antonio Gates have?
He has 0, but he's a
Yeah,
tight
okay,
end.
moving
That's
on.
not his fault.
He went to one.
He's a tight end. Stop it.
So
Can't
there's
control
one more
that.
name that Harris will not know.
Okay, let's see.
Dick.
Other guys I mentioned. Dick Buckus?
Night Train Lane.
Oh, Night Train Lane.
Night Train.
I didn't know he was undrafted.
You don't know who he
Undrafted
is.
player.
I know who that is.
Wow.
Tell us about Dick Night Train Lane then.
I mean, he was really good. He was
Really?
dominant for a while.
At
He
what
was
position?
really good.
Linebacker.
He's like
He was
linebacker.
really good. He
What
was
team
back
did
when
he
the
play
NFL
for?
Was racist.
He played for the Cowboys, right? Night Train Lane?
I'm not telling you.
I don't.
I believe he did. I thought he did.
Everybody's Googling.
I don't remember. I thought it was like the Lions or something, but I don't remember.
I just like his name, Dick Night Train Lane.
Yeah, he was dominant. I know he did play for the Lions. I know
That's
that.
what I thought. Yeah.
Cardinals, maybe?
No Hall of Famers play for the Cardinals.
Wow.
Bears?
Wow, what, Randy?
That's my guess.
Yes, there has been a Hall of Famer play for the Cardinals.
When they were in St. Louis, right? No,
Maybe.
That's hurtful.
I don't
That is
count.
hurtful.
I don't count Kurt Warner.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you got? Are you gonna hate on Kurt Warner?
I love Kurt Warner. Love him.
Can't believe you.
Love
Yeah.
the movie about him too. If you ever seen it,
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list of
really
movies
good
to see.
movie. Really good movie.
Oh, that's an awesome movie. Night Train Lane's up there. He was he's great.
Sir Drives a Lot says Vinatieri is the best kicker. James Harrison, one of the best linebackers. But yeah, Gates was great. 0 rings though. Number 1 Rattlers fan. Okay, dude, we're not talking about indoor football at the moment. He just, the minute I say Kurt Warner, he's like, "Oh, the Rattlers beat Kurt Warner." Shut up. Ringless Joe says, "You can be a great football player and never win a Super Bowl." Yeah,
This is true.
That's true. I mean, you could be a really
Football.
bad football player and have 5 rings.
Dan
Football
Marino.
is a team game, man. It's like if you're not the quarterback and you're not winning Super Bowls, then no one should hold that against you.
Yeah, I can hold it
52
against.
guys on the
Just
team.
because you're just trying to muscle Antonio Gates over Kurt Warner, I'm gonna hold it against him. Big George says the Texans have selected Minnesota offensive tackle Aeroplane Ursery at 48. Okay, Aeroplane Ursery
That's
is
a cool
now
name.
a Texan.
That's a cool name.
Harris's dad says, "If only you knew the major celebrities that live in Harris's hometown."
There are a lot. There are quite a bit.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and give us a list? I don't need to hear it right now, but give us a list.
A
And
lot
if
of
we think
people-
there's somebody we want to go meet. We'll
A lot of people who Jeffrey will not be a fan of. I'll say that.
Ding, ding,
A
ding,
lot of
ding,
country
ding.
music people. Keith
A lot of
Urban.
moonshiners. A lot of
Keith
moonshiners.
Urban, Reba McEntire.
I'll try the moonshine.
Bill Belichick actually recently got a house down there, I believe.
Okay.
I
Oh, no
believe.
kidding.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Hamlin
friends actually
Porter
saw
says, "You guys are gonna be thrilled. Go watch Michigan's Ohio State 2023 and see how Will Johnson shut down MHJ. Also, 4 career pick sixes and destroyed Ralph's USC."
Mm.
I don't recall that.
USC guy, Ralph?
Yes, big time.
Big time.
He never recalls anything when it's bad for his teams.
I know what you're talking about.
Moist one says Ralph doesn't like Kurt Warner because he's married to Megan Rapinoe.
I love Kurt Warner. He's fantastic.
Kurt Warner is not married to
Kurt Warner
Megan
was a
Rapinoe
great. He was a
also.
great running back for the Seahawks. I love Kurt Warner.
No.
Yes,
No.
he was. He was a
No.
great running back in Seattle.
Kurt Warner.
War number
was-
28. Absolutely.
No.
Yes, he was. Look at
No.
him.
He wore 13 and he played for the Cardinals, the Giants, the Rams,
No,
among
no.
others.
Nope.
Yeah.
The real Kurt Warner
Randy
played for
knows ball.
Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
We got to
28.
take a break because I'm tired of their conversation. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you?
I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. Sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains April 25th through the 28th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
The Super Bowl is over, and now you're feeling blue because you think football is over. Well, snap out of it, bub. Football's always in season here. Get ready for the hirings, the firings, the free agents, the mini camps, and this little thing called the NFL Draft. Get your pigskin on your home for the NFL and Super Bowl 60, 1580, and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Travis Hunter is so full crap. He's like, oh, I kind of had a feeling I'd end up on the Jaguars. He says, no. He's like, he says, yeah, last night I was looking at some houses and I kind of had a feeling. And then a week ago, though, I was talking to my agent. He said it might be a possibility. And then, of course, roll back the tape a bit. Shedeur Sanders has got him on some dumb video podcast thing. And he's all kind of like a newlywed game saying, hey, how well do you know the other player? And he says, okay, what's my favorite NFL team? And Sanders goes, Jaguars. And Travis Hunter went, bruh. He's like, yeah, he don't know me well. Which now you could take that as a diss towards the Jaguars, but it's more like, I mean, listen, Travis Hunter's allowed to have his favorite football team, and then that be the wrong answer. Doesn't mean it's really a diss towards the Jaguars. But if Travis Hunter says he knew it was going to be the Jaguars, he's full of boo-boo.
I think that podcast right there between Shedeur and Travis Hunter, that is the thing that caused Shedeur. He's still on the sidelines halfway through the second round of the NFL draft. That one podcast right there. That is the reason right there. Nobody wants to touch him.
Could be. Demetrius Knight Jr. is now a Cincinnati Bengal linebacker out of South Carolina.
Yeah. Good player.
And,
South Carolina getting a lot of guys in the second round.
Seahawks getting ready to take Shedeur Sanders.
Please happen.
Their next pick.
I'm hoping they take a center here, not Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, is it still on? If they take Shedeur, are you going to be a Cardinal fan, Ralph?
Yes.
His whole background will no longer be green. It'll be red and black.
At any point in this draft, if they take him, I will convert.
At any point. Even the fifth round.
Yep.
The pick is in. I'm just waiting. The suspense is killing me.
I'm hoping it's a center from Georgia. We'll see.
Ringless Joe says, wait, Ralph, who has 5 Lombardis and isn't good?
What?
You said somebody has 5 rings and isn't good. Could be
No,
any player.
I said that a player could. There's some of the worst players to ever play the NFL that have multiple rings, just because they were on a great team.
You're not wrong.
That was my point.
I know about 5 rings.
I mean, heck, if you go to the NBA, Chuck Nevitt has a couple of rings with the Lakers. I mean, who's Chuck Nevitt? He was terrible. He never played.
The hell is Chuck Nevitt?
Some players just get lucky and get into that
I
right
have no
situation.
idea.
Was he an Eddie Murphy character?
Chuck Nevitt was a center for the Lakers, a big white dorky guy.
It sounds like a play follow up to Waiting for Godot. Big George says Seattle Seahawks take Elijah Arroyo from the University of Miami. What position is that?
Yeah, what is he?
Elijah Arroyo, is he a receiver? I believe.
I don't know.
George, I'm going to yell at you the same way I did Harris. Don't tell me the name if you don't have the position too.
Yeah, we need the position.
Oh, tight end. Yeah.
George says missionary. Okay, that's not what I was looking for.
George, we don't.
It's a tight end.
This isn't a Mormon show.
Golly, I didn't need to hear that, George.
Mr. Wilbur says, tell Ralph that is too bad. Geno Smith is no longer in Seattle because this Cardinal defense would have hit him harder than a piñata at a 5-year-old's birthday party.
What Cardinal defense?
Oh, I think you know.
I am floored that Shador is still available.
I think you know.
I don't think he gets drafted in the second round.
He might not.
You got the Raiders at 26.
Wow.
Maybe. Keep moving back.
We are more than halfway through this second round.
Yeah, I don't know who he could go to in the rest
outside
of
the Raiders,
today.
There's nobody.
Yeah, the Panthers ain't looking for nobody. The Titans, well, they already spent
Already
for
drafted
theirs.
Cam Ward, yeah.
Buccaneers.
What about the Green Bay Packers?
No, they're fine with Love.
Are they though?
I'm fine with Love.
It'd be a dumb thing the Bears might do.
Tampa.
we
They have 2 more picks.
Bears not doing that.
They have a really good backup.
Tampa Bay is who I'm thinking could. They have the best possibility
But
of
they-
it.
Tampa Bay.
Other than that,
Isn't that Milrow? Is he still sitting around?
Milro's
So,
still available.
Yeah.
Howard's still available. There
I
are
mean,
some guys
the
that
Titans could grab him. They've already grabbed one bad quarterback. Why not 2?
I think we
Here
could
we
get to
go.
the end of the night and Shador Sanders sitting there just crying, just weeping.
That'd be so sad to have to talk
Well,
about that on the
he'd
show.
throw everybody out of his house then, right? He would find everybody out.
Out of
The
his
draft is over.
out of his
Built
room that he
studio
built,
for
his
no reason. If he
studio.
goes undrafted, how much money did they spend on building that studio for
I thought it
Shador?
was over $1 million, but I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
I'm not 100% sure though.
Harry Soap says Cam Scadaboo will be taken before Shador. Also, is it too late for Shador to go back to Colorado?
too late.
Should.
I think that should be a rule though.
Like,
Or
if
if
you
you-
transfer portal.
If you don't get drafted, you should be able to go back to college.
Did you know that the NFL also has a draft a puppy coming up this on Saturday during the draft?
A draft
A what?
puppy?
Draft a puppy, live puppy adoption
like,
event.
those are some nice puppies, or like
it-
literal puppies.
and you adopt them from the Wisconsin Humane Society. Draft a puppy.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
not going to Wisconsin.
$245. Well, they'll probably ship them to you. I mean, if you want.
Yeah, the smell of cheese curds and
Mm.
just sadness.
But Jeffrey, you'll want to post round 7. Their headliner performance will be Grammy Award winning artist Brad Paisley. You'll want to be sure to tune in for that.
More important, Nick Squirton. Nick Squirton, edge rusher from Texas A&M, just went to the Panthers.
Honestly, that's another huge steal. He was rumored to go in the first round. So for them to get him this late, I mean, he was a stud at Purdue, at A&M, both schools he thrived. Yeah, good pick.
He scored on down to the Panthers.
Panthers doing good stuff
the
here.
Titans are on the clock.
A UFL team about to take a pick.
Oh, come on now.
Okay, CFL.
He's not going to
Triple H is on the clock.
It's like,
What is worse, CFL or UFL? I can't. I'm not even sure.
UFL for sure, because CFL has been around for a while.
Yeah, I'd say UFL's worse.
Yeah.
CFL's
But then
got to
again,
go.
but then again, Canadian football is pretty bad.
Hefty Lefty says Rod Smith's first touchdown was a game winner, and he has 2 rings. Not saying he's the best of those named, but he should be in the Hall of Fame, in my biased Broncos fan opinion. He says.
Yeah, Rod Smith was fantastic. You make a point. He was
Ringless
there. in those
Joe
back-to-back rings.
Wants to know if there's any good edge players left.
We should ask Moist One.
He knows all about edging.
Wow.
At this point, At this point, a lot of them, especially since the BC kid got taken.
That's good, Randy.
That was good, Randy. I have to give you that. Not a lot here, to be honest with you. A lot of them got taken really early, really thin right now at that position.
Harris, I put my finger on it. What you remind me of wearing that hat. You remind me of a guy that's driving around Southern California in a Sebring convertible, and he's got that kind of a hat on.
Sebring.
Why is that, Randy?
Well, it's just kind of a hat you would see on some cat in Southern California. He's driving on the 5 or something, with the top down, and he's got that hat on like you have right there.
And why is Sebring? Because
I take that as a compliment.
His K car finally broke down.
It's Sebring convertible.
It's not a compliment.
Like, hey, ladies,
I take it as a compliment.
Here I come.
It's not.
Yeah, darn right, Randy.
All right, so another edge rusher.
Wow.
Went to the Titans.
Oh my God, that was perfectly said.
Olufemi Oladejo.
You have never said that. Wow, you've never said that before.
Olufemi Oladejo.
Yeah, that's
from
it.
UCLA.
Oh, okay. I was trying to understand. what you were saying.
Olufemi Oladejo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, a lot of the teams need edges, and so I guess they're reaching. There are some other guys that I thought, like Kyle Kennard from South Carolina, I thought could be here. Jordan Birch from Oregon too. There are some guys that are Tyler Barron from Miami as well. Like there are some guys you could take here. So I guess there are some edges you could consider, but overall,
Tampa Bay
teams are reaching.
Tampa Bay doesn't need a quarterback. Why were we talking about Tampa Bay? They've got Baker, the touchdown maker.
They were the team I thought would have a chance at considering Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, and have him sit behind Mayfield.
Yeah,
see if he's got anything.
No. Listen, he's got Baker, the touchdown maker, has got it made in Tampa.
Wilbur says Harris is in a light blue Sebring convertible blasting Yacht Rock. My question is, Wilbur, how do you know what light blue is?
How does he know what Yacht Rock is? That's pretty mean, by the way.
I mean, he can listen to Yacht Rock. Raven Kid says Chuck Nevin, Chuck Knobloch, don't matter. Timber Puppies in 7 is what he says.
You said that, Raven Kid?
Yeah.
He was crying last night. You should have seen him.
Was he weeping?
Oh,
Raven
yes.
Kid was?
When the Ravens got their pick, he didn't get what he wanted. So he was on the floor just crying.
What did he want?
I don't remember what he wanted. He could probably text him what he wanted, but he didn't get it. And he was
what he got was the safety out of Georgia.
His dad was just laughing at him.
Malachi Starks.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, he was very upset.
Yeah, heck of a pick. I don't understand.
You're a spoiled brat. Is that what you are?
No, spoiled
Raven
brat.
Kid.
He's seen Super Bowls, tons of playoff wins.
Change your name to
spoiled brat.
Spoiled Raven Brat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says Kevin Harlan is now sweating bullets, praying he'll never have to say that guy's name who just got drafted. I think it looks like Oladejo. Oladejo. Olufemi Oladejo.
Close enough.
That's pretty damn close.
Yeah, it really is. It's close.
What's the old term in radio, Jeffco? Just say it fast and act like you know what you're doing.
Guys, that's hockey players. You just got to just rush right through it and not look back. Don't even pretend like you said it wrong.
He's versatile, though. He could be a 3-4 outside linebacker or playing a 4-3. So I like at least that the Titans did that. He played both of those at UCLA.
602 Pats fan says Jimmy G only has rings because of Tom Brady. And that was your Patriot fan text of the day. How did Jimmy G come up?
Actually true. I have no
I don't
idea.
know. Guys that got rings because they were on good teams.
Yeah.
Dear Bob asks a similar question. If Shedeur doesn't get drafted, can you go back to college? Might make more money there.
You cannot go back to college.
he made more money in the NIL than he did in the NFL.
He might lose some NIL money after this.
I just, listen, I don't know if he's a good player or a bad player or what. Harris seems to think he's a better player than Ralph thinks, but I do love the fact that the Sanders family spent $1 million on a place for him to be when he gets picked, and he still hasn't been picked.
I don't know if it was $1 million, but it was a lot.
Anytime you put up lights and you do all that sort of stuff, there's money involved.
Everything was branded with he has a brand, I guess, and it was all branded in his brand. And he was wearing a big chain with that big ass. It was just pompous. My question is, can they unretire his jersey? because it should have been retired in the first place. So let's put it back in the unretired.
I agree with you.
Yes.
It should not have been.
I agree with you.
Whoever the athletic director is with the number going backwards into the bushes like Homer Simpson in that meme, just make it go away. Make it go away.
Yeah.
All right. So, we got to take a break. And when we come back, we got to have on this date in Big George's sports history. We're not staying on for the entirety of this draft. Are you out of your minds? It's a Friday night, and we all have to get rested up because tomorrow we're going to go see Fish Tank's band at the Yucca Tap Room at 8 p.m. We're going to go out there. We're going to support his band, Light Sleeper. They're the opening act. I don't know when the actual thing starts, so we're going to make sure we're there before 8 p.m. To see his band, have a couple beers, watch some good music, and we'll see what happens from there.
I thought you were going to say you have to wake up at 10 o'clock to listen to my show, but I guess I was wrong.
Is that still on?
Wow.
Oh, roasted.
Wow.
Roasted.
602 Pats fan says, damn, Ralph is savage. Yeah. How do you feel now? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Are you looking for career opportunities with great benefits and job growth? How about the chance to make an impact? What we do here at the City of Phoenix matters. 14,000 employees and counting, all dedicated to making a difference in the communities where they live, work, and play. So come join us. Help us do work that makes Phoenix work. You can see all open positions and apply at phoenix.gov/jobs. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
2025 NASCAR Championship Weekend.
October 31st through November 2nd. Experience the thrill of NASCAR racing at Phoenix Raceway. October 31st, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. November 1st, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And it all culminates with the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday, November 2nd. This event will sell out.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com for more.
Don't miss the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway.
Get your tickets now.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more.
Or
stream us live anywhere
at 1580thefanatic.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the Cheeseheads took offensive tackle Anthony Belton from North Carolina State. And before that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took Shedeur Sanders, No, I'm kidding. Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame, cornerback.
Very good pick.
So I think, Ralph, you might be right, man. Unless the Raiders do a thing at 26, it's not going to happen for Shedeur tonight, is it?
Is it today just round 2?
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. We can go into our show tomorrow. I told our guys, I said, hey, we're going to be in that show tomorrow, and Sanders will still not be drafted.
Wait a minute. Am I right? Or is there another?
I
Are
thought
they
it was
going
2
round
and
3
3
today?
I thought it was 2 and 3 today.
Oh,
but I could be wrong.
It's 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Misinformation from me. I just always figure, you know how it is, how a little kid will put his hands over his eyes and think nobody can see him. I figure like when I leave, when I turn off the microphone, that everything stops.
The whole
There's
world.
nothing else happens.
They wait for you.
Yeah. I mean,
No, that makes sense.
They should. But yeah, there's no way Shedeur is going to go in the first round at this point.
The second round, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
second round. Yeah.
First round of today.
Yeah.
Second round. Shut up. I'm tired.
Why are you tired? You weren't on for 6 hours yesterday.
Yeah,
Thanks,
but knowing you were out there made me tired.
Made me tired too.
Oh, likewise.
Well,
Harris had no voice last night. He sounded like Blender After Dark.
you know,
After
people
dark.
think it's easy doing this sort of thing.
It's not.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's easy, but like if I haven't been on the air for a while and then I do a 3-hour show, I'm like, holy crap, what was that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was feeling that last night. I had like no voice at all. I had to stop speaking.
So you got to
It was
learn
bad.
to use fewer words.
Well, that's how you get him to be quiet. You just keep him on for 6 hours.
Slow,
'Cause by the
tire
second
him
half
out
of the
like a
show,
puppy.
Yeah, because you know Phil's got a motor mouth and he just kept going. So
Oh,
So basically, I got to find what it works for Harris, like the laser I use on the puppies to get them to chase it around and get tired so they go to bed.
Jeffrey, the amount of times I had to cut Phil off last night, it was insane. Every
just
time.
put Phil and Harris on the same show and just let him go.
Oh yeah.
6
absolutely.
hours later.
6
Those every
hours
time.
later.
Harry Soap says that $1 million Shedeur waiting area, that's going to be a future Halloween special store.
Trey Harris just got picked for the Chargers. Chargers getting a receiver here. I love this pick for them.
That makes total sense.
Fantastic
where,
pick
where
by
they're
them.
at.
Trey Harris is a stud, man. I mean, what he was at Ole Miss, he was supposed to go first round, and he ended up getting hurt towards the end of the season. Honestly, Chargers struck gold here. This is exactly what they need.
So let me just take a moment on the Bears here, Harris. They got Luther Burden III
Yes.
because Luther Burden II is too old to play.
Yeah.
And that's a wide receiver. And they have 2 more picks in this round. They have the next pick, and then they've got 30. They're 6 picks later. These are a lot of stuff that the Bears have sort of been accumulating over the years.
Yep.
And that's why, you know, when they had Justin Fields, I was like, man, they got so many picks and so much stuff that they can do. They got so much clout that they have to be building a better team at this point. Are you going to give them that credit for all the picks finally coming to fruition to help
Yes.
them actually have a better team? And do they have the brains at GM to make this a better team with these picks?
Absolutely. I think Chicago is building something right now because this receiving core, DJ Moore, who's multiple 1,000-yard seasons, Roma Dunze at Washington was awesome, top 10 pick. And Luther Burden was the former #1 overall recruit coming out of high school who committed to Missouri, took way less money, had offers from tons of different teams to go in the portal. He declined them. He actually took a pay cut from Missouri's head coach to take less NIL money so they could pay more for their teammates. Talk about a winning player. I mean, that is as high character as it gets in terms of a winning player. He's also just a great player itself. He's super fast. He can be used anywhere. And man, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears went running back here. Dylan Sampson from Tennessee is definitely one that pops up. He was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Even Scattaboo a little bit later could go. And so, and what they've done at O-line too, Jonah Jackson from the Rams. Joe Tooney is a great guard. Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright, another Tennessee guy. He's excellent. The Bears are building something. I wouldn't be surprised if you give them a couple of years and they're at the top of the NFC North. There's really no excuses for Caleb Williams here on out.
And the next team I'm going to talk about, God
Yeah.
help us, Hey, listen, Ringless Joe, for a second. The Lions, are they filling up holes and finding ways to make their team better to help them get over that hump that they couldn't get over this? Everybody thought for sure, boy, that's a Super Bowl team, and then they just went foomp out. So the players they're bringing in, are these guys designed to help them get over that hump? Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle from Ohio State in the first round, and whoever they're about to take.
Yeah, honestly, Tyleik Williams is a great pick because the Lions didn't have many weaknesses last year. They were 7th in defense, but they had the highest scoring offense in the whole NFL, right? So O-line, they're set. Receiver, they're set. They're great at running back. They put Jared Goff in an amazing position. Honestly, if you look at their roster, the one thing that you could really say, oh, they need this, maybe linebacker with Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, maybe. But Tyleik Williams is awesome.
They need defensive depth. They had so many injuries
Sure.
and it caught up with them
Sure.
at the end, right? That's
Yeah.
what they need. That's
Yeah,
their
that's a
weakness.
true story.
They
This
just
is
need a
true.
rotation.
I think
So
Aleem McNeil's
don't
really
be
good there too.
surprised if they go defense on this pick. Then
They should go defense. I think, like Ralph said, going up in the front and addressing the trenches. If you're the Lions, you're not looking for the cake. You already have the cake. You're looking for the icing on the
Well,
cake
now I want
at this
cake.
point.
I kind of want icing now.
By the way, have
Yeah.
you guys heard
Yeah, darn
my?
right.
Do you hear my text message thing that just came through?
I didn't know.
Yes, it was very loud. Text message. Two things. One, my phone actually says whatever I get because I got tired of my wife going, "What was that?" Because she hear bling, 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 and I'd be like, I got tired of telling her what they were, so then I just made them actually say it out loud. And the second part of that is she texted me just now, salad for dinner. Now you might think I'd start weeping, right? But no.
I would start weeping.
But no, I do like a nice salad, a Cobb salad, because it comes with like lots of stuff I actually like.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I will have some salad on the go or whatever the hell they call it.
So if I text you and you're with your wife, it'll read it out.
No, it just says text message.
Salad and
If
go.
you email me, my phone goes email message.
I was hoping it would actually read the text because then I would have so many things to text you.
Salad and go, Jeffrey.
I would send filthiest stuff if I were you. All right. So here we are getting close to the end of the show. Navy Brad says, I hear the Seahawks have traded Sir to Miami. That's what he calls Ralph. Suck it, Ralph.
Yeah.
602 Pats fan says, on that note, I'm pretty happy with the Patriots draft so far.
Yeah, I mean, Will Campbell is. I wonder what they're going to do with Will Campbell because they could easily play him at guard as well. With the short arm thing has been talked about. He was rumored if he would go tackle or guard. He was great at tackle at LSU. Honestly, the Patriots are in a good spot.
We should have a TV show. We should definitely have a TV show.
Yeah, I agree. Make it happen, Jeffrey.
I'm sorry, Harris, you wouldn't be on it, but we should have a
Oh,
TV
is that
show.
so? Oh, was that so? I wouldn't be on it.
Somebody's got to run the camera.
Yeah.
I have done it before.
Navy Brad says, did I call it right about Sanders? We don't remember what you said, but yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1962, the Cleveland Indians traded catcher Harry Chitty to the New York Mets. Wait, is that not how you say the name?
I
Not
just
Chitty?
think that's a great name. Go ahead.
Harry Chitty to the New York Mets for a player to be named later. Chitty played 15 games with the Mets. They said that was a Chitty game right there.
Yep.
Batting just 195 when the team decided, well, they were going to trade him. Right? Okay, well, let's just trade. Let's just, I don't know. And they're like, we got to get it. So Cleveland traded him to the Mets, and the Mets are like, man, we got to get rid of this guy. So they traded him. Remember, there was a player to be named later.
It
was Harry Chitty.
What a Chitty name. And a Chitty trade.
They're like, take him back. So he officially was traded for himself.
Wow.
That's Chitty.
You know it's going to be a chitty day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so actually, he wasn't the only one that was ever traded for himself. He was the first one, Harry Chitty. And then Dickie Knowles, Brad Golden, and John McDonald. They all got traded for themselves in similar fashion. And of course, Chitty never played another game in the major league. He spent 2 more years in AAA before retiring in 1964. And that's Chitty. I am
Sure
pronouncing
is
that
Chitty.
right?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
CHITI.
ITY. Yeah.
Chitty chitty bang bang. Chitty bang bang.
Could be Chitai.
Oh, don't be so foul.
Or it
Oh
could
my
be
god.
Chitai.
You're so profane.
Or
What
it
is
could
wrong
just
with
be
you?
Chitty.
Ozzy. Trapilo just went to the Bears.
Oh.
Offensive tackle from Boston College.
From Boston College, yeah. Yeah. That's then again, addressing O-line. I like it. I like what the Bears are doing here.
So we're about out of show. So again, I want to remind everybody that Fish Tank's band, Light Sleeper, is performing at the Yucca Tap Room in Tempe. It starts at 8 p.m. I'm going to get there a little early just to make sure I don't miss anything and I get a good seat. I asked him, it's like, is there like a VIP section? He's like, have you been to the Yucca Tap Room? So, but it'll be fun and we'll all have a good time. And if Fish Tank's band stinks, we're throwing stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Nothing
So bring
heavy.
heavy
We don't want to
objects.
hurt him.
yeah.
I'll bring batteries.
No pressure.
Yes.
Well,
Rot-
okay, I said
rotten
nothing heavy,
tomatoes.
so maybe
Rotten
like AAA
tomatoes.
batteries, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll bring AAA's. Yeah.
Or maybe some old, those
9 volts?
batteries you have to put into your security system. Sometimes
Oh.
the sensors, those little guys, those little round things.
Okay, I'll bring a few of those, and I'll bring a 9-volt.
Chuck that pretty hard. The 9-volt, geez,
Well, that's if they really suck.
you hit the drummer with that. So
No, I'm going to hit Fish
Why
Tank.
does drummer get all the hate? That's what I want to know.
the drummer can take it a 9-volt, Randy. You know that.
Huh.
I don't know
Well-
the Fish Tank can take a 9-volt to the noggin.
I mean, that's true.
Bring a G for him.
All right, everybody. That's it for us. Ralph and the Weekend Warrior Knuckleheads, they'll be on the radio, I believe, tomorrow at 10 a.m. till noon. And what do you, who's on the show this week?
It's just the three of us.
I know. I'm just trying to big league you like some other
Just the
guys used to
three
do to
of
us.
We're going to be talking about the draft.
Those Toyota selling bastards used to say, who's on
Yeah.
the show? I'm like, suck my. Okay.
Just us.
What?
No.
Is it?
Talk
What?
about- what?
This just in. Guys, we'll see you on Monday at 3 p.m. Daily Blender, 1580 Fanatic. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Joe Salcihi, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. We are diving into what should be in your little emergency go bag. What goes into your